gets an attention. Every once in a while. Yeah, a little bit.
Everybody's here, so very.
What's so exciting, isn't it?
That's why I was kind of over it, so, indoor soccer, and all, we're playing a couple nights a week, so we should have.
Fun of being a dad, huh?
Yeah, I actually here early, I had the first call from after that early. Not long.
So we're looking at those, so we don't have to sit and wait for everybody to get through.
It's nothing on there. Unless you wanna switch with me. Cause I'm not sitting down.
No, been many years since I hate refitting one of those.
Yeah. See, now, I should have done that. So let's see what we're on. I don't know.
No,
Oh, you got that, okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good.
We're good there,
Alright.
I'll read her off.
And that's your financial paper.
Yeah, I'd like to get this done out later, I screwed this up a couple
But
times.
here, you want mine? 'Cause
Yeah, I gotta make a
I-
change, there's a change in there.
Like I,
I have a circle for my. Just this. Yeah, just first one. Oh. This date for the second. Oh.
what?
I gotta make a change in there.
Back when you check your phone.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah, no, it's not sure what's that word. Yeah, Cindy, hey, he didn't stop down Friday after?
He
I-
did stop down, but he didn't, he filled in one, for auto, but he didn't give it a workman's comp. And if we don't get workman's comp and we pay
Did you
him,
want that?
there's a percentage they take.
Oh, I
And
mean,
when they
to
go
her, so I didn't know if she gave it to
state
you.
audits us, and we end up paying just for a part of If he
Yeah.
wants us to pay it, we'll take it off.
If you don't need it, if you don't need it, right, you don't need that one, I can just keep that one, it's up to you.
Here, you know, with the dates, and we're like,
Well, she said, he said she's leaving messages and messages, but he was.
25
No, it's 30 for him.
15 and 13 so far, and I know they were written.
so my big issue with it is, you know,
And I don't know if we've done this last year or we're following.
no, we just came in and we just paid them.
Yeah.
Really, I don't think Bodie followed, I don't know what.
I know, I was
the
hoping
deal
you weren't
is.
gonna say that,
I
because
don't know of anything like that.
they audit, everybody that subcontracts for you like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
And you've
He
gotta have.
does his contracts up here at the Fallon Green, Tyler Container, all them,
Well, he
it's not a
should,
go,
I
no.
said he should.
Oh, yeah, he just, I told
Because
him.
if somebody gets hurt while he's doing it, if he's got a worker or himself.
He's got a bunch of work. He's got like 10. He's got like 10.
He's gotta have workman's comp.
He just, that's why he's trying, you don't understand or whatever the deal is, but don't pay him and then he'll be down.
Yeah, cause that's what I told her, I said maybe he'll come in to see
So
you.
about $1,200 we owe.
Like 13 and 15.
Hold on to 13 and say when you get that stuff, we'll give it to you.
Because somehow it's thinking against us when they go, when they pull the
So I think
insurance.
now is a working time.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes,
But he did stop doing it.
yes, he did. Last week, whenever, it was after I talked to
One down, Bob, pass it around, everyone.
Let me on.
Yeah, wait for Jess. Huh? Wait for Jess.
Oh, okay. She gets given her
Come on.
Yeah, that's who Christina. Yeah, it goes back to, it's the one who left the account. She writes them out. And, they're only able to put them on.
I don't know why, but when you get home, can you make me a sandwich? Like ice cream something? Too pretty, ain't she?
Yeah.
She's here.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
That's okay, no, that's okay. All good.
Well, he's not wrong, he kinda does.
Again?
I'm here, yeah, freezing. I didn't have it, it's just cold.
It's almost like.
And then do a first.
Call to order, stand. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Waited until I know she was done. So it's very clear. I got mine done too.
Alright, do roll call. Bob Henzo. Here. Terry Gleason. Here. Eddie Wetzel. Mental Odell. Cindy Burrows. Here. Chris Davis. Here. I am here. Alright, now, we're gonna move on to the review and approve previous minutes. The first one, the December. Okay. So if you guys look at the December 2nd, I do have a change to make. On the second page, there's a note from the secretary. That was never actually said in the meeting. We can actually move that to this meeting. So it's captured, but it wasn't said in this meeting. It's just after the fact. Borough news description.
That's the PSAB.
You need these, Paul?
Yeah.
Jennifer, we could just move it to this meeting, the note.
Oh, because, we didn't send in the extra payment.
Right. That's all I got. So everybody looked over the December minutes? If everyone looked over the December minutes, I'd like to take a motion to approve the December 2nd, 2024 minutes.
I make a motion to accept the December 2nd, 2024 minutes, with the changes.
Terry Gleason makes a motion to accept the December 2nd, 2024 minutes. Do I have a second with the changes?
Second.
Eddie Wetzel seconds. Discussion? If not, Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
I myself is yes. This is 6-0. Has everyone looked over the December 11th minutes? This is a short one. Alright, if everybody looked over the December minutes, I'd like to take a motion to approve the special meeting for December 11th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, Cindy Burrows makes a motion to approve the special meeting on December 11th, 2024.
Second.
Terry Gleason seconds. Discussion? Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel, Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
I myself is yes, passes 6-0. Alright, December 27th is also a short one. We have time to look it over. Cindy Burrows makes a motion to approve the special meeting on December 27th. Do I have a second?
No second.
Terry Gleason seconds. Discussion? Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
I myself is yes. Passes 6-0. Okay, now we're up to payment of bills. There's a lot of bills in there. We're gonna go through them.
The one question is, all these ones that are, we're refunding deposits, are they shut off?
Jennifer.
They go on the accounts because they're the ones that have the back that's due, so we're correcting those, taking their deposit off what's due, so then the landlords have the right amount.
In other words, haven't paid him off yet.
Yes, that's right.
They're still considered delinquent.
All these 7?
No.
A couple of those are
Oh,
ones that have already
later.
been paid off, they just gotta have it back.
That one's not.
Yeah.
This one is.
No, I was wondering if they were shut off, cause some of these are for houses. Oh, I see.
You say they stole money. Is that why we're giving the refund back?
We're not
No.
giving it to them, it's coming to us.
It's coming to us,
Okay.
so we're taking whatever balance is on that 150 comes off from it, so the landlords
And
have
they'll
the
have
exact
it.
amount that's due.
What did we
So-
write checks out?
Is it, so we know you got exact.
Is it-
Trace it?
These are 2 that should be made out to, there are 2 that are landlords, because those 2 are already paid off,
Oh, okay.
and the deposits weren't removed.
And
So
Larry's
is,
aren't
is,
paid off.
is that water shut off then?
No,
It should be shut off. If we're giving back money, these should be shut off.
no, the one has no one living in it, and the other one has someone
Still
else,
should be shut
has
off.
someone else living in it that already has a deposit on it.
Okay, well, the one, if nobody's living in it, it should be shut off.
We can't,
Well, then we don't give back the deposit.
but the person doesn't live there, it's not, she's not there,
Yeah, but the owner of the house is getting the money back.
right, cause she already paid the bill in full. The owner paid it in full. But we can't turn the water off because we can't get to the valve.
Right.
And if there's any water that's gonna be used, she's gonna get a bill.
Yeah. That's one of our spring projects.
If everybody looked at the bills, I'd like to take a motion to accept payment of the bills.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Terry Gleason makes a motion to pay the bills. Do I have a second? Eddie Wetzel seconds the motion. Discussion? Guess we just had one. So, Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel, Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
No.
I myself is yes. Goes 5-1. 5-1. Alright. Public comments on agenda items. Do we have any public comment on agenda items?
I have a question about the generator.
Okay.
It's my understanding that, the generator has been an issue for many months. DEP has an issue with the fact that you aren't supplying an uninterrupted service. And I just wonder how they are reacting to you still not having it done after the December 2023 deadline was given to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I had conversation with DEP about this, issue. So the city went out and got a bunch of quotes because of the natural gas that we were supposed to hook up to it, instead it's propane, and we had that through the COVID funds, if I'm speaking right. So Tom Ryan, this is fully aware, and he's been updated nonstop about these issues. So, in fact, how they're feeling, and out of Tom's word, he's been real happy to work with Jimmy, Joe, and us. So no fines, none of that stuff, if that's what you're considering, it threw us a curveball, with the way we do the natural gas like we thought, and we couldn't The only we can do is the propane.
So,
How much longer do you think it's gonna be before it might get done?
Yeah, we just got the quotes not too long ago, we
Yeah.
took quotes, right, Cindy, we're in
Yep.
touch with the that
We got
particular-
we got a whole new plan of attack on this one. It's gonna be less expensive, and it could be done within a day, as soon as we can get this together. Be a very short amount of time, I'm not gonna say a day, but within a few days, it could be taken care of and done, and we could check that one off our list.
So what's the time frame for this generator being installed?
I'm hoping, give me 2 weeks, max.
That the generator will be installed?
Oh, the generator's installed.
Yeah, generator.
The-
We
the-
just need we need a fuel reference, propane, to be installed
We
onto.
just gotta get
So that's why
people
they
out
did-
here.
That's why they dug the trench before the 811 call?
That's exactly right, that's exactly why they dug the trench before the 811 call.
Before the 811 call?
The 811 was already called about it, but the,
Uh,
I would give a,
Timing.
they called after the
Yes,
fact.
okay.
But I would say give it a month, more than, you gotta give this some time just in case, so a month is a really good timeline for everything to be installed.
So when we come back in a month, you guys can tell us that everything should be ready to go?
That should be a really good
Is that what
plan,
we're hearing?
but I never give promises, so,
well, here's what I'm saying. I looked at all the quotes, the amounts. Once a trench was dug, it was 2 inches, 3 inches wide, 10 inches long, 10 feet long, and 14 inches deep. It was done with a packer shovel, not a backhoe. I have a gentleman's that will come as early as tomorrow to get it installed for 1/3 of the price that we have quotes on. So I just need to get approval here to do that and get it done, get it out of the way. There's no reason not to.
yeah, we need the quotes, we haven't
Yeah,
discussed this
are
one
the
at all
quotes
yet.
are all there? Where's quotes?
We'll
What's that?
discuss it.
Where are
when
the
we get to
quotes?
that part.
When we get
We're
down there.
ahead of- we're ahead of- we're ahead of-
Nah,
What's that?
So we'll talk about this when we get down
Oh,
to
was
that
it
section.
vetted the right way for quotes? Was it put in the paper for a certain price range? Was it?
Well, you only gotta be over a certain limit, then you
Oh,
have
I'm
to
very
look
well
at
aware of the limits.
Huh?
I'm very well aware of.
It's under the limit.
We'll
Show us
conquer
the
that
quotes.
when we get to that section on the agenda, on the generator, it's on here. Alright, any more questions on public comment on agenda items? Okay. We'll move on to the treasurer's report.
So I got a question while we're looking at the treasurer's report. So I've been asking for months about actual expenditures compared back to the budget.
Oh,
And I've been given various reasons as to why that can't happen, but it's a new year, new numbers. So, are we gonna?
So this one, I asked also, but Penny wasn't available for that day. She gave us what we have right now. But she wasn't available to answer the same question I was gonna ask her the same question.
Okay, so do I have to make a motion to request this then? Cause what I'm concerned about is, you look at December, we spent $70,000 in 1 month. And that's just the water and sewer. And then the borough, we spent $40,000 in 1 month. So there's nothing to compare it to in the budget. So are we over budget, under budget? The report doesn't tell you.
Right, the report normally would have that here, but it's not here.
Exactly.
It's a balance sheet. It's
Right, there's no
standard
balance sheet.
operating procedure, right?
This shouldn't be rocket science, this should be a standard QuickBook report. I've been requesting this for months.
Keeps us on track.
Should be a quick remedy.
I don't
This
know.
one is missing from the report,
Just a balance.
just the balance sheet.
Month to date to the budget compared to where we're actually at, that's what we need.
Yeah, but also the year-to-date too, we need the year-to-date.
Both
You
of
used to
these.
get the trial balance, you used to get the budget with it.
Month
the
to
whole
date and
list.
year to
Yeah.
date.
It is a whole new year, so it should be there,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, we got the new budget, so we should have everything we need.
Yeah, only been.
Yep.
6 weeks, right?
So we can approve what we have and request the rest. We'll put a timeline together.
What can you do to ensure that Bob gets what he's looking for, because he's asked for months for this?
I would say we make a motion and then, you know, after all the motions of the council.
You should have had it by now, right?
Should've,
I mean,
months ago.
I mean, when you're requesting
I
it
think
months
every
after
year,
months.
Did
I mean,
anybody tell Penny?
it's a normal,
She left before we can, she had,
But if
we
you-
tried to get her before she printed this out.
Yeah, but did you tell her last week this needed to be done, or last month it needed to be done?
No, we had this expectation last time, the last couple of meetings.
I mean, she should know that, it's standard for every borough municipality. I mean, any organization wants to know what
I didn't
they're,
get it when the last one had it.
yes, we did.
No, we didn't have it.
So last year in January,
Let's just
we
make a
actually had
motion
all
and-
this, all
So
the
you
trial
want
balance
that-
and everything
I
else.
make a motion to add the budget back to the actuals year-to-date
Compare.
in the treasurer's report.
You think actually spent, the new budget, and how much we
Okay.
spent?
I probably got
So-
something before, like, sure, so, fair enough, fair enough.
So with the treasury report, Laura Penzo makes a motion to add budget / actual / trial balance to all the treasury reports year to date.
Yeah, year-to-date.
Each month going forward.
Huh?
Joe.
I don't really see it, I didn't pay attention.
From this meeting and forward, each month. And, Terry Gleason seconds.
Yep.
Discussion, I'm pretty sure that was our discussion, so Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
So this is from this meeting forward?
Yes.
yes.
Okay,
But
yes.
we still need from this meeting, yes. For this stuff, we actually need to see it,
Yes.
so we'll have her email it. So, Mansell Odell, Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
I myself is yes. Motion carries, 6-0. Alright, well, we're gonna move down to committee department reports, mayor report.
Yeah, real quick, I talked to, Greta Foster for the softball fields up here, she says one of her valves are leaking, figured that out of there.
What is this at?
The softball fields up here, Scott would know.
Is it
Which
the
valve?
second one?
She said
Yeah,
what?
she's worried about getting water getting in.
So it leaked last year, it was shut off
Yeah.
correctly, so.
They should be
get
shut
out
off,
there.
there should be nothing back there.
Yeah, I don't know, she's just worried about her stuff getting all.
Oh, I don't blame her.
So, it was Scotty.
So she's worried about the water in her building?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly, yeah. And I had a good conversation with, Bill Meacham and Scott Shudd about the new the police contract. No change, no hourly change, no, price ain't going up, just so we have an actual contract to work off of every year, so that'll be coming. And real quick, the update of the flow meters, Anthony, I didn't get that today, this PSAB, they still gonna do it?
Jimmy Joe says that still gonna do that one.
I'm still gonna do
It's
that one?
still forward for them.
And basically got it for,
Free.
it didn't cost us no money.
Yeah, it didn't cost us
so
anything.
Good job on that, council, that was good. That was one thing we found out, that could've cost us a lot of money that was saved by you guys that work. And then, this water hole out here, did we get anything, any quotes on that?
So the COVID funds are actually in play, there's a couple of items that's already set for COVID funds, and that's one of the items that's, on the list.
600.
It's around there.
And the paving comes over?
The paving's with it, it's,
Good.
no, actually,
Not
no, it's
all.
a little higher, it's a
Some of
little higher.
79, wasn't it?
Plus the paving on
Yeah.
top.
And, that's good, that's great, so that's a big.
We're gonna be able to do that this spring.
Right, as long as we got quotes and stuff like that, that's my big thing. And then the backup generator, do we, for the pump, not generator, sorry, the backup pump for the well? Do we get
That's
any quotes
also,
for that?
that's also on the COVID funds list as well.
Oh, that's it, thank you guys, good job on that. Make my conversation.
Police
easy and
reports, I think I see something in here for police report, yes. please.
He's here, isn't
Yeah, you're there. Are you gonna say it, or want me to read it?
What's that?
Want me to read it, or you read it?
We had 219 miles on the car this month, or excuse me, December. 6 traffic stops, 5 citations, 1 written warning, 2 juvenile criminal arrests, 4 summary arrests. Here in the borough, it handled the abandoned vehicle that was out here in the parking lot. We got that taken care of. The actual owner didn't know that it was there. But they had loaned it to somebody and it broke, so they left it. Did community event at the Family Dollar when Santa was in town. Hearings, traffic. Had a suspicious person down on Main Street behind one of the businesses. He was just trying to get home. So
It's probably Andy Cushion.
and we are in the hiring process, so we're looking to add some more officers. I'm the only one right now, so I'm the only officer here and the only officer in Elkland, so I've been back and forth with my hours, days and nights, mixing it up and trying to make it so it's not predictable while I'm working. So.
Alright, moving on to fire department.
I gave you guys a sheet up there. We ended the year with 180 calls for 2024. On the back side of the sheet there has our officers for 2025, and we plan on attending the meetings regularly as we used to. Everything's in writing there, and hopefully Jen, you got one. There should have been one for you too.
I did.
Okay. Anybody got anything for the fire department?
Alright, we're gonna move on to the library. Okay, library report. Says Happy New Year on 12/14/2024, following the Reefs Across America program and the delaying of the reefs at cemeteries, is the Boswick Harry Memorial Library hosting a reception for the public. Oh, that did happen, I went to that. 22 people visited the library that day. Also, the winners of the silent auction were announced. They will continue to offer crafts and snacks on most Saturdays during 2025 for children and or adults. Please let us know if you would like to be a volunteer or would like to present an adult or child event. Okay. Thank you for all your community support in 2024. Sincerely, Lucy.
You're welcome, Lucy.
Okay. And the next thing we have here is the investment CD for the library. It was $100,000 in investment CD. We actually have to put this to a vote because did not come to it. This motion is to approve the library, Boswick Perry Memorial Library, the $100,000 investment in a CD. Do I have a motion to accept?
It's for 14 months, 12 months.
12-month period.
What bank is it in?
CNN Bank.
What's the rate?
It's on there. It should be on there.
This one, oh yeah, okay,
It should say there.
I don't have the rate.
Cause
paper on it.
that one's not the right one,
Right,
so then if that rate's gonna be wrong.
right, so we have to get that from Amanda.
what's the term?
12 months.
12 months. And it's 4 point something.
Like, take a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Terry Gleason makes a
Yeah,
motion to,
investment CD, 12 months.
Terry Gleason makes a motion to
Library funds.
accept the investment CD for 12 months to library funds. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Cindy seconds. Discussion, I think we just had. So Bob Penzo,
No.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell, Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
I myself is yes. Motion carries. 5-1. Alright, ambulance. Not ambulance, okay. Water and sewer. Email billing for customers. I'm not sure who put that on there, but,
I did, do you want me to go ahead and?
yes, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, so we have the option to email the water bills to our customers if they so choose, instead of receiving a paper bill in the mail. Payment options are also the same, and I would just need a valid email address from those customers.
Are we going to send it to, how are we gonna notify?
Notify the customers?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it on the next water bill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rick, about,
Is there any benefits to going to e-billing?
Yeah, it's cheaper.
usually
Save money on
cheaper, yeah.
postage.
Nope, no stamp.
Do we still have that rate, there's no rate for this, doing it this way, right, like,
Does it cost?
It's postcard
3%.
stamps.
Yeah, but if you don't have a postcard, if it's emailed, it's not.
There's no cost for email, no, it's included in your billing software.
So that'll be the discount there. Alright, moving on to water quality. I'm gonna put that on there.
Oh,
So we'll
Eddie.
discuss it.
Eddie left.
We'll get him when he comes back in. Water and sewer $10 increase reasoning.
Okay.
Okay, so I think so reasoning from last time was, this one was we had a $38,000, what's it called, 2-year, that's the budget, not, there's the audit. So when the audit came through, we actually had a deficit in the water and sewer because of it. It was like $18,000, and that's how that increase.
So where did you get
Yeah.
that number?
That's where it came from, the deficit from
Understand, but what caused it? That's
from
my
the-
question.
the budget. I mean, so the audit,
Mm-hmm.
because the audit didn't come around till we needed it, and then
That's not the answer I'm looking for. How did you get $18,000 deficit? What created that? What created that deficit?
2 years.
Look at the budgets, and then what created that deficit? If you need them, I can sit down with you and show you, but what I'm asking you, what created that $18,000 deficit? To how you got your $10? I know you know the answer.
if you know the answer.
Maintenance fees, they weren't being charged.
Yeah, yes, they were. Yes, they were.
But I don't like it, is that?
You guys should know you did the
Because
budget.
there was a deficit for the
What was the deficit?
$38,000 that should be as a whole.
In the end of the day, that's
Oh,
what
I know the
money
answer.
needs
I'm
for,
not gonna give it to
know,
you.
Like Bob's saying, we'll be able to see these, stick them out, say, hey, we had to pay the lawyers an
Oh, I
extra
do.
40,
And if they
50,000
don't-
last
if they don't
year.
give it to you,
You know,
then
you can pick a number,
Or you can
well,
pick a
for
lot of
sure,
stuff.
cause it wasn't budgeted for that month, but that's
I think
Bob's
for sure
point,
maintenance
the month
fees
to
were
date.
used.
A budget is a guideline anyways, you're never
Right.
gonna be.
It's a lot of
You want a
money.
balance,
You guys need to know
you
what
always
it
have
is.
to look at the balance.
Yeah,
you
the
got
balance
it.
is,
It's
so
nice
that was
to
the
know.
balance though, so the
That's
balance was
just-
that
I'm gonna give you another
$38,000.
month.
I live by
And then
it, at
everybody's
my
gonna
work,
know where
it's the golden rule, if I go over budget, $18,000, I better have my ducks in a row, going, you know what I mean? So if my labor's high, if my cost, my indirect cost, I will have that, and
No,
that's.
they were charge maintenance
Goes
fees.
into water and sewer.
I don't know
That's
what
the
the
first
reason
one.
is here, I'm just saying that that's the budget.
Yep.
and
I know the
It's
sewer
not
plant
maintenance
is broke,
fees.
is the joke.
Thursday,
There's no money left.
75,000 lawyer fees, that's how you know it's
Well, yeah, you gotta.
So Anthony, I'm asking again, how did you get that number?
That's
Look
pretty
at,
much
look
the
at your
number I
budget.
got.
What caused that deficit? You
That's
know.
the only explanation we came to was that budget.
You
but
know
that-
the answer I'm looking for somebody to give it.
If somebody knows the answer, they can give it to them, but that's the budget we had
What
it
caused the,
down for.
what caused the deficit for the water and sewer?
Cause we didn't have a deficit before
Correct.
we had the audit. And then
Mhm.
when the audit came around, the audit didn't account for $38,000.
Correct, so what happened last year for $38,000?
I don't understand that.
What caused your deficit of $38,000 last year in your budget that they found in your audit?
Where did it go?
What happened to it, where did it go is what I'm asking. You guys know where it went, look at your budget and then tell us where it went.
I would have to look.
Because
Whether it's-
these residents of the borough have to pay that money for that deficit. I'm asking politely.
Well, the only answer I have for that one is the audit that actually made us have the deficit
Correct, for water and sewer.
for water and sewer.
Yeah.
And to make the balance the budget, that's was the $18,000 came from that. Yeah.
So, so $38,000 of a deficit.
They were actually budgeted for $10,000.
Correct, but you're telling me you don't know where it came from or how it got there, but now the residents have to pay for that deficit,
Well, actually, they're paying for maintenance. that
which
was
they were
already-
paying all along.
Okay. Well, hear me out.
Yep.
Okay, they had, the last year, we had many problems with the sewer plant that I'm aware of. The ones I am aware of was a chlorine contact tank. It had to
Mhm.
be refurbished per DEP. We had, 2 pumps, new straws put in the lift stations. What was the other one?
Weaver Street was pumped out.
Huh?
Weaver Street
That
was
was a big
pumped
job
out.
there, yeah.
Yeah, Weaver Street was another big one. There's 2 pumps in there now that are not working like they should. They went in and did some of it, but we couldn't afford all of it. And I would think that would give you a close answer, where you're saying where the money went, but we can check.
It's $38,000.
I know.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, I
and,
know, you ever get some outside contractors, you gotta go by the state law.
It's not a outside contractor, where look at the budget, look at your last 2 budgets, and then sit down and look at what
But they
changed
got,
for your
you put up-
$38,000.
Well, for that kind of money, you gotta put a bid out anyways. So I'm saying it'd be easy to find, we just gotta find where it went.
It's,
I would guess that was 3 things that I know of. And I bet you that would be close to what you're saying,
no,
yeah.
look at your budget for 2 years.
But I'll look it up, I think we're close. Easily.
Okay, so next month, we will discuss where the $38,000 deficit
Oh, I should be
came
able to
from.
show you.
You know what you wanna say, it, just go ahead
You
and
guys
tell
already
them.
know where
Yeah,
it is.
you know,
So-
say it.
So with that,
I'm thinking, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking she's gonna say it's Penny's money.
Oh, no.
So,
First of all,
just get it out in the open, for God's
when
sakes.
we're going,
hold on
let's go back to Penny for a
Hold
second.
on topic.
Just,
But
I wanna
could it
take this
be?
opportunity to thank
I'm
her,
curious.
because she's the one that found all this COVID money for us that was never spent. And if you look about the other secretaries prior to her,
Cancel.
they didn't do that.
Nobody, I didn't mention her, I'm not the one that brought it up.
I didn't either, but I'm just saying, I just wanna thank her
So
for
with
doing her
that,
job.
we're gonna move on to the water quality.
For bouncing
Eddie
checks,
Wetzel,
she's not doing a great job. Carry on,
You had something about.
We agree to disagree.
correct.
Yes, that's what that's what Jennifer says.
That's what you emailed me. That's why you emailed me, water quality.
Manganese.
Magnes?
Yeah, there was an issue that was brought up about the manganese not being correct in the.
Yeah. Paperwork, right? Paperwork. What I read in the email.
Right, what was the issue?
Documentation is all I saw. For the car, for the corrective action.
That is a public thing though,
Yeah,
right?
it was just,
People have a right to know how it was budgeted out.
When I
Mhm.
read on the email, I
Oh,
didn't
yes.
dive into it, but I can email anytime we have an infraction down there. something was high, they had to be corrected.
So the numbers are written down there.
That's the way I understood it, it was a documentation issue, but don't quote me, an email that happened before break, or, Christmas.
What I don't understand is, and it's been this way for 2 or 3 or 4 years, whenever there's an issue with the water and sewer, Apex is always silent on it.
Yeah, how about it?
And I don't understand that because we contract them for their professional services.
Very happy.
Well, who should be responding then to the incident? The professional service.
Yep, operator, right?
So why do we allow them to be silent?
I don't know how much Jennifer speaks to, you know, DEP.
Well,
I don't know.
I know us as council people, we have contacted them ourselves and asked them, what is your job? What you supposed to be doing or not doing?
We know what their job is.
Yeah.
Well, they're not doing it though, that's my point.
And
They don't oversee any part of it.
We've never seen the water, the guy who had this license for the water. I didn't even know there was a separate guy until recently.
yeah, what's
Okay,
his name?
so we have a point of contact. Right? Forget about the other ones,
Yep.
we have a point of contact.
Yep.
Why do we allow that contact be silent?
How do you make out when you try it? I mean, I'm not trying to throw stones, I'm just saying, they don't give you a straight answer.
I've emailed her and she hasn't
Well,
responded.
the only contact I have to, talk to is Nicole, that's the only
Yeah,
contact.
Nicole. Very tough to deal with, even on my end.
And
But
we're,
we're still trying
And
to
you
what
get,
I'm hearing is we're not happy about that, right?
Right.
well, she's helping Jimmy Joe with some other issues and
I understand,
we're not doing anything
so,
about this.
so if there's a water quality issue, she should be telling us.
She should be giving us some information.
She should be saying, we did this, we documented that, this is why it happened.
Feedback.
But it seems like it immediately comes from DEP to this table, and then Apex just is somehow,
Left out.
and we are somehow left to answer for it, and I don't understand that. That's not how normal things work. I don't understand it.
Yeah, my
But I agree with you, you all mentioned that communication has been difficult. As long as I've been involved, it's been difficult.
information.
And I don't understand why it needs to be difficult.
No.
We're the customer.
Yep.
It's always right, too.
The automated response for the corrective action, I don't know if you ever got those emails or not, but as soon as DEP generated, Mark Pacatella, I just got an automatic reply that comes in and says, hey, this is going on. Is she part of the loop? The only way I got an answer from her is if I copied our lawyer.
I would argue that it should be going to her,
Absolutely.
and we're simply copied as an awareness.
Yeah.
She should be responding, not her, Apex should be
Apex.
responding back
Yeah.
within a day to say, this is what we've done.
This is what we gotta do to, fix this issue.
I agree, I just don't, I've called it out how many times, it just don't work. People
I mean, all our other contractors, if it's slippery outside, right, we call our vendor and they take care of it. We don't,
When you mess up, they mess up, right?
I just don't understand it.
So should we have
That's just my opinion.
Apex come down, explain more?
Well,
I just don't
We
understand,
haven't seen their contract.
I just don't understand what,
does their contract look like?
We haven't seen their contract.
so they're providing professional services. Whenever there's a hiccup, yes, we'll pay for their time, right? I mean, we pay them for a basic service per month. And if there's a change, yes, that's gonna cost us more money, right? Everybody would expect that, right? But it's just like they ignore it, like they don't.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement, we're willing to pay for them to address the issues. You know, if it takes additional engineering or time or whatever, but they just,
And we pay for it anyway, so.
I just don't understand it.
At the end of the day, we really just need a whole different outfit, like a better operator, but these guys are so expensive, and we went through that, it took us months to find these guys. You know, the way our licensing is, it's just so, they're not a good, not an outstation, say bad, but they're not, very
I
friendly.
think the communication is probably the challenge.
I mean, I've been in situations at the sewer plant where the guy would come in on a weekend and we would point out different things and he would too, and he would make a comment, well, I never seen it that dark. Well, neither have I. What do you think the problem is? I said, let me know when you do the testing. Oh, I don't test. What do you mean you don't test? You come here on a weekend, you don't test and make sure everything's okay? I don't understand what their job is at all, so.
So do we send them a Apex letter saying they're responsible for addressing all correspondence from DEP that pertains to operations? And then say they have a certain amount of time to respond?
Any violation, for sure.
We definitely have to be in that loop process.
I don't have the answer.
And you might be, I just don't know.
What happened to the licensed operator that you had apply for weekend help?
In my experience, they're not involved.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be on the fringes, but it's not like, you see emails come through and it's not like, hey, we'll take care of this, guys.
No, nothing.
It's nothing like that.
I've
It's,
only got 1 or 2 emails from her.
and I think that's what we want as a service is we will handle this.
Bob,
That's my
isn't,
opinion.
We can contact them.
Jimmy Joe supposed to be like a go-between between the town and Apex too?
No,
No.
Jimmy
Shouldn't he
Joe's
be
not, he's not a
discussing?
go-between.
I mean,
I mean, we pay, what,
so Jimmy's involved when we need engineering, but this is just operations.
Yeah.
okay,
These are operational
okay,
issues,
just
so,
wondering.
Yeah. That'd be my suggestion, put it in writing
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to
from
know.
the council.
We can do that and put it directly towards
Yeah, we haven't
Apex.
heard anything about this violation that you're speaking of with the manganese and what was done about it and move forward like that, you guys,
Yeah, when you actually
Have
call
yourself-
up and ask them about, tell them about an issue,
yeah,
I don't know, didn't know. Okay, then you let them know, and they still don't check it
that
out,
should be the buffer between us and DEP.
so I don't know. I think it went on for a long time.
Are they
Think we don't.
CC'd on these emails?
What's that?
Are they CC'd on these emails? Are they in this?
From what I see, they look like an electronic, automatic email from some type of software that says, hey, we just sent you a note. And
Because
here's
before,
what it is.
like last year, I used to, when we got things like that, if I didn't see her name, I sent it, I forwarded it on. I don't know if it helped, I didn't
She
get a
never
response.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's like, what Bob
That's
was
my
saying.
concern
I didn't
is
get a
you
response,
don't get a
but-
response, that's my
Yeah,
concern,
but
right? And
you
it's
get
timely,
notified.
it needs to be
This is
addressed in.
First time or second time or third time that we've had issues with these guys, right, Bob? I mean, we've been down this road so many times.
And
with
normally
these
it
guys.
was those, well, we got something for, a test wasn't done on time, or, you know, it was something small, and it could be corrected, but I don't know if they even knew,
That's what Eddie's saying, the same thing.
Yeah,
We got
I had
that issue.
asked if there was a
Yeah.
list, and they said there's a list in there where they do it, but you still would have that operator that comes, like you said, every Friday. Why isn't he
Clean it up,
overseeing
yeah.
that this test wasn't done on a,
Caleb
It should be a
did, right?
checklist, you
Right.
should go down
Caleb
through,
will send us a monthly,
Yes,
Sorry,
a list of things that.
it should be a
weren't
checklist.
done.
right,
but like Caleb used to give us that monthly thing, and we asked her for that. Remember that monthly report of what they had, what they've done for the month, and any suggestions? And we asked her in writing, through our, I think through our solicitor, to provide that every month of what was going on down in the Lawrenceville plant. And I don't think we got anywhere there.
well, the guy's there every Friday, so there should be some report,
Give us a report.
yeah.
I think we need to ask for that.
For a bill and writing, like the.
We need a monthly report, we need to be able to
The
talk
test
about
they
this stuff.
accomplish. They do send,
And any issues.
they do send a test every time they do every time they come down there, they send a test they accomplish.
Yeah, but we can look in the book for that.
That's what they send through email, that's what they always send
Yeah,
through
I mean,
email.
we're just looking for some communication with the borough, and through our operator that we pay very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
You would
contact them.
think the guy that we hired to do the testing and oversee it, if he come in on every weekend, you'd think he would look at the numbers, and if they were messed up, I would do my own test.
Yeah.
That don't get done either.
Alright, so we have to circle back on this guy, but definitely well noted,
I thought you had another employee that was supposed to be practice testing.
Yes, we do, yes.
What's the status of that?
He's still practice testing.
Mm-hmm. Didn't pass the first go around, so has to do more practice testing.
We told him that he should, just every day, every time he comes in, just keep practicing so he gets familiar.
Who's overseeing making sure that's being done?
The water guys in the morning does that, and then Luke, he tests with Luke on Fridays.
So,
I'm aware.
testing for the weekend, right?
Right, to get him,
daily
to
two-day
get him
testing.
up to speed to handle, by his own on the weekends. Yes. He's not there yet, but he'll get there.
Do you have a date for this last violation, manganese that he's talking about?
I don't even have paperwork on it. No idea.
There wasn't a notice.
A notice that, what?
That this, manganese, there's some reporting, and I don't wanna quote the email, I don't have it in front of me, but,
The email came from DEP?
yes,
Mhm.
I might be able to find it real quick.
We'll try to get that email.
Yeah, I got it, I'm looking through it, maybe it's still in here.
In the meantime, we'll move on to old business. Generator update, installation update, I think this is what they were talking about.
This one over there.
Well, that's the second quote.
That's the third quote.
Oh, there's a third quote? I haven't seen this one.
So what are we trying to do, just run
Just run a wire line
just run a propane line from this new tank
to
to
the
the
generator.
generator?
That's it.
Does it include the tank also?
Yes.
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 How big is that tank going in there?
500 gallons.
Huh?
500. Anything bigger than that, you'd have to
No, it's
go across the fence, because it's gotta be 25 feet from the building, and that would put us in the flood zone. So you can't do that either. So you get a smaller tank, and you
Where's
keep,
the-
if you gotta use it, you watch it, and if it gets full, you come call them to fill it up again.
Is it the second quote?
Um,
The tank, all we have to do
Oh,
is
it's
pay
a
for the
lease.
gas.
So a 500 gallon
It's a
tank, you
leased
put 10 feet from
Yes.
the building,
It's
Okay,
leased.
so-
and put
This
it in
is
our
leased.
Alright, so this is different than our
So
original.
do you know
Yes.
approximately how much that's gonna cost to fill it?
It's,
I think it was
I didn't know that.
In the ballpark,
To fill
anyway.
it is gonna be
It was about 236 a
1,079.
gallon.
So let me try to explain this one before you go any further. This is the second quote, and the second quote is for a leased LP tank. Our first quote was for our own bought tank. This one is a leased tank that holds 400 usable gallons, and they charge $1,000, around $1,079 to fill it. So that's the difference between the two quotes we have
Well,
before. One was, we buy it, that was $6,700, around there, but it doesn't contain the lining or anything else. This one is a lease quote for 500 gallon, which they'll run the line and fill the tank.
They put in a pad or something?
no, they put it on blocks. Like you would a trailer or something.
And this one will be inside the fence line.
Right, and
The other one
would
was
be-
gonna be outside the fence line,
And you'd have to
and we have to have a
fence
fence around it.
And I don't think we could put it out there because that's a floodplain.
I think, so when they did that, they actually did they did the survey for their own thing, put it, so they had that all planned out, how it's gonna work. But this one would work if we have to decide which one we wanna go with, a bought one or a leased one, that's pretty much what this one is.
The least one, if anything happens to it, they're responsible for it. Maintenance on it, anything.
And it's $6,000 cheaper. And the only release you got onto it,
Well,
you gotta
this-
fill the tank up.
This quote we have here doesn't show the actual price of the tank.
The-
This is just a lease price.
Right, cause there is no price, it's all included in the $14.29. And every time you fill it, if you put 200 gallons in, that's your release.
This also
You gotta buy it
doesn't,
from them.
this also doesn't show that, this just shows a lease quote, we don't have the actual all the information for that lease. It's not here.
That is what we're going to pay.
That's
Right,
what
but
we're
the
gonna pay.
information isn't here for the lease.
That is the
That
whole
is the
thing.
lease.
Yeah, but you're saying things that's not on this piece of paper.
So let's put this off until February.
No one said that, what are you talking about?
No, that is what we need to do
What
to
I'm
get that
saying,
in
what I'm
this
saying,
week.
what you're showing me right here,
Yes,
right here,
if
is
we
not
write a
what you're
check,
saying.
that thing gets put in.
1429.
It's not saying the lease information. That's
Always
what I'm
read
saying.
it.
Okay,
Just read it.
what this one says, the following quote is to set a 500-gallon leased LP tank that holds 400 usable gallons to run a line from the tank to the generator. This quote includes all material, labor, and LP gas for the first fill. It doesn't have any more explanation than that.
That's all you need.
There's no rate
So
on
there's
when you
gonna
fill
be
it later.
I don't,
a
yeah,
month,
it's
probably
gonna be
a
an
monthly
actual
fee
lease.
after.
And it doesn't
Plus,
show,
plus propane.
plus propane, and it doesn't
If you need
show
it.
how long the lease is,
If-
and, it doesn't show any of that
The
information. We
lease
need
is the
more
propane.
information.
When you get down to 200 gallons, you gotta use their propane.
You're saying that, but it doesn't
But
say
it
it here.
doesn't say
Well,
that.
what
doesn't say
happens,
that here.
what in the
We just
paper
keep
then?
filling it up.
Then we just need that information in here. We just need more information than what's here, like lease terms.
It's not difficult to
It's
get.
not here. I like this, but there's no lease terms here.
Okay, and do we have the other quote there somewhere?
The other quote for Flynn Energy was just a tank. Yes, it should be, I don't think it's here.
Did that include installation so we can
No,
compare?
No.
no, it didn't, it just included the tank and, setting it in the ground.
But no piping?
No, we had to actually get a
There's
second
6,000
quote
for
for
the
it,
tank
piping
and
and filling.
1,500 to fill it up. The other one,
How much to fill it?
1,500.
I thought he said that.
But the only time that's
No,
gonna use
it'll be
propane is when the
1,079
generator is
to fill this
operating,
one up.
Yes,
right?
That's all included. in
and
the
when it
price.
does its self-check, it has a self-check mode, so it's gonna be running. Yes.
I do have one other question. Did we figure out how long that tank would last when it does run?
Yes.
2.5 days if it ran
Six-
full bore.
Wait a minute, for $1,500, it's gonna last 2.5
No, wait,
days?
no.
No, no, no.
Bob asked a question,
That's,
hold on.
that's not correct, no.
66 hours on high output, and it'd be 4 days and 6 hours when it's high and low output. So it lasts almost 3 full days on high output and 4 days on low and high output.
And how much to fill it when it's empty?
What's that?
$2.69 a gallon,
$2.69 a gallon,
up 400
Doesn't say that
gallons.
here.
And the lease
but it's
is,
not on that lease.
It says the tank would hold 400
But it doesn't say in the lease how much
Alright,
it is
so
per
hang on.
gallon, there's no
So
price.
66 hours under full load, what was the other time?
The price will go up. or
just over
down,
4 days,
Depending on
under
4 days?
half load, full load.
Where did we get those numbers
price
from?
of propane at that
From them.
time. So
From
it
them
could be,
who?
it could be 238, it could be 275,
No, yeah, Williams,
Jim?
Jim Williams,
it just
or
depends.
Jim,
So Flynn
I don't
Energy
think it would
also
be
had
no more
numbers,
than
that's why they gave us
$3
the
a
quote for
gallon.
1,000 gallons.
The reason I asked is because, wasn't it in the agreement with DEP, we had to run a certain number of hours?
We had to run 3 days,
I think that's what it was, 3 days.
which is 72 hours.
But didn't you talk to Mark, and what did Mark say?
Mark said he's fine with it, it'll work perfectly. Talked to Herb,
But see, we're also talking
he
about
said the
if it
same
was
thing.
full force, you know,
Yeah. High output.
601,000
It's called full load,
BTUs.
full load or partial load.
And you gotta remember, they shut down on Thursday, so Thursday it'll run, Friday it'll run, Saturday it'll run, Sunday it'll run. So you run Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I mean, everybody I talk to, that's more than enough, more than sufficient. And then the question is, if you put it down over the bank, which is a flood zone, then if you put it there, you're gonna have to raise it up where the water plant is, which is gonna cost more money. And then you gotta put a fence around the area, which is gonna cost more money. And if the tank gets low, you call them up, say, hey, you're out of Mansfield, could you come fill our tank up?
So the proposal is put it up by the sewer, or by the water plant,
In the
400
fencing?
or 500 gallon tank, by the water plant, inside the fence.
Mhm.
So the options are buy a tank or go with the lease option, right? That's what we're proposing here.
But the other one, you can't put up by the plant, it's gotta go over the bank.
Anything
I don't see the value of getting a bigger tank.
Mm.
I mean, that's why we got 500,000 gallons of water up on the hill, right?
And I was just looking at, if you're gonna run it 25 feet from the building, you'd be down over the bank. And you,
I don't think that makes sense.
Well, they said if it's a 1,000-gallon tank, it has to be 25 feet from the
Right.
nearest building. Or
What I'm saying is, we already have 4 days worth of water up on the hill,
Right.
and then now it's
That's why we went with
contingency upon contingency.
Yeah.
And
Right,
it
and
doesn't,
that's why
it gets
we
expensive.
figured a 500-gallon tank inside the fence would be plenty enough.
I'm agreeing with you, yes.
And it doesn't, and when we talked to the guy, he says anybody that shoots it, it's like shooting an armored tank. You're not gonna penetrate it with just a bullet.
yeah, nobody's gonna shoot that.
When we were gonna originally put it in the ground because of people thinking that it was gonna be safer in the ground.
Are these the only people that you guys talk to about this tank and everything?
No.
Or you got other opinions?
The rest of them are outrageous.
You guys get other opinions?
Are we ready for a vote then, or do you think we're still missing information?
I think we're still missing, so the
I'm
lease
ready for a
terms,
vote.
I think we're still
I'm
missing.
ready for a vote too.
Because this
Let's get it
doesn't
done.
actually give us enough information.
I can
this
get you
just
other
says-
information.
This is the 500, yeah, you can tell me all you want, but it's not here in writing.
I will get it in writing, but let's vote and get it done. I have nothing to hide, I don't get paid for this job, I'm trying to get things up and running.
Wait a second, don't say that.
The list is long, my friend.
I'd like to see it, so.
Oh my God.
Guys,
Goddamn circus.
They give you a physical quote, like, how did you receive the quote? Was it just like the?
I had them come down on site, look at what we had and what we had to do.
And they didn't give you a paperwork with lease terms?
He went back to his business, and he mapped it all out and what it would cost, what he would do. And then he got a hold of Swartz in Knoxville, the original guy that put the generator in, and they're gonna come together and get this done, like yesterday.
But no lease terms.
The
is
lease
what I'm talking
terms
about.
are
That's all I'm
keep it
talking about.
filled up. We
We
have,
use their propane, that's the
Yes.
lease terms.
Well, you just told me here $269 a gallon, and there's nowhere in here that's a lease term.
And it doesn't talk at all about Swartz. I don't understand.
No,
No,
Swartz
Swartz
is already
is
paid for.
Schwartz has to go over and flip
Yeah,
the
because-
thingy. They're just meeting together. 'Cause we
Because
need
when
to
he
go-
gets it hooked up, Swartz has gotta come in and run it.
I like the program, I don't like that there's not enough information.
I can
here.
get the information.
I don't think we're ready for a vote. It's not, you gotta have a quote.
This is not a full quote.
Right.
This is
I'm
just,
ready.
this is just,
I'm ready for a
this
vote.
is just
I'm
prices.
tired of it.
I make a motion to vote on it.
I'll second it. Let's get this done out of the way.
Discussion.
And I will give you all the
This
information.
is not
you need.
enough information to actually have a full quote for us to have to vote on.
No, we're not putting it off till February. We're getting it done now. I don't see anybody
without
else
looking
bringing
at lease
something to the
terms.
table. That is the lease terms.
No, it's
That's not what
not.
it says.
Keep that and hire the numbers of contractor for those kind of terms. That's not a lease term.
That's all included in the terms.
It's, yeah, correct, it's way too vague. I need something that says price. Give
All
me
right,
some prices.
there's a price on there.
You told me a price, you don't tell me how much you're gonna charge. Prices could change tomorrow.
$2.69 a gallon. The
It could be
price will
filled, the price could fluctuate tomorrow.
It
Gas,
could go down to
Then
up and
we
down.
can't guarantee it
$3.
if you're telling us that. You can't
So
guarantee
if
what gas
you
is gonna
can't
be next
guarantee
week.
$2.69
you don't know if that's a
gallon,
year
then
term, month
you
term,
might
there's
as
no
well put it off
terms.
until February.
There is no
Hey,
terms
let's say
there.
to March, okay?
Did I say I didn't want this? I want some terms.
You don't
Let's
want
get
it?
done.
I want some terms.
I make a motion to vote on it.
And I second it.
We're still in
You don't need to
discussion.
make a motion,
We're
it's
still
a
in
vote on
discussion.
it. Just bring
Okay,
it to a vote.
bring it to a vote.
Alright. Cindy Burrows makes a motion to install a no lease quote information, just with what we have here.
That's your opinion.
That's not my opinion, it's what's in front of me right now.
It's what you
It's
understand.
what's in front of me right
Wait,
now.
you won't
Based
stop watching, right?
Based on the quote.
Based on the quote, yes, based on that
That's
quote.
your
Yep.
opinion? You just hear
Okay,
it?
Yeah.
Have her make the motion.
Cindy make the motion,
I make a
and
motion
then we'll
to
second
bring
it.
this to a vote based on Williams Energy quote that they gave us for $1,429.60.
Okay, Cindy Burrows makes the motion, do I
Second.
second? Mansell Odell makes the motion, and we had a discussion. Bob Penzo,
No.
Terry Gleason, yes. Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
Yes.
I say no, and you know my reasons for saying no.
This
And
is,
you know our reasons for saying yes.
this is 3 years without that hooked up. No excuse.
Rushing is not in,
Well, 3 years. is-
Rushing is,
Rushing.
3 years is not
without the
rushing.
lease terms,
Yeah, but you gotta
agreeing to
admit, you
something
guys,
without these terms.
you guys always keep, I'm not being an ass, but you guys always keep shit, always goes on the table.
Motion
All the
carries.
time,
Motion
nothing gets
carries.
done.
Alright.
Motion carries 4-2.
Typically, it's because the work's incomplete. I mean, that, you need to know the details of an agreement before you make the agreement.
I didn't know it was gonna be so delicate, I can get the agreement, it's the same thing as I just said.
You're going off your word.
That's
Okay,
on the
you're not
record,
going off
I guess,
words.
at this
Okay,
point,
I'll
so.
prove it to you.
You don't have to prove it to me, prove it to us.
Alright, I'll prove it to us.
Okay.
There's more than one person there talking about it.
There's
We
more than
all
one,
know
there
what
is
we
more
said.
than one person here.
Right.
Right, it should be in front of us right now, actually.
Correct.
Best practice is to be in writing.
I should've got a
You're not
list
gonna
of
be
all
able
the
to
things you guys
guarantee
wanna
the
know
price.
before we go
Nancy, you
forward.
always go backwards.
No, I'm not. I'm
Does
just
anybody
saying,
come to a
I didn't
committee
know we
meeting
had a
when this is
procedure.
supposed to be
All right,
All
happening?
things
We're moving
got-
on to the Frontier Fiber
Your
Optics
word,
Ryan Circle
shit.
project update.
What do you, what's your problem, dude? You got a problem?
Never hurts.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Joe has not told me any more
You're
information on
gonna
this
hurt.
update.
They're now working on State Street. Why are they're on State Street with, fiber optics, and I've seen them on Mechanic Street with fiber optics.
I seen him as well. I haven't got any more update from Jimmy Joe on this.
I think the issue was Ryan Circle,
It was what was Ryan Circle
Yeah, but
thinking?
they're downtown here too.
and they're leaving their crap all over town.
Yeah,
Their tie wraps, their plastic, their
that's
garbage.
what I'm trying to find out, if Ryan Circle is under the ground, but they're hooking stuff all over town now.
Mhm.
Has anybody spoken to them about this? Like, has Frontier contacted
They were
any
gonna
of
do
you
that
as
2 months
council
ago.
members?
They were gonna do that. The only
There's a
one was
point of
up on,
contact for
up
this?
on Ryan Circle was the only,
But they've never come to a meeting. Have you guys got any, like, I think it's really important if they're encroaching without any kind of permission and there's no discussion, at least amongst you guys for yourselves, that residents are aware
We-
that they don't technically have permission to bring these lines in and hook up service.
Yeah,
They
it's
have
a
not
public
contacted us.
facility, so.
Right,
They
they
can
gotta
do
have
it-
your
They can do it
permission.
everywhere but Ryan Circle, that's what we're arguing with them about. Cause they cannot put it underground, we got stuff underneath ground.
Right, so who are they conversing with as far, is it you? Like,
Far as I know, it was stopped so far.
okay, are they working with any of you guys? You have like a
Yeah.
point of contact,
Yeah,
you got a
they
name
do,
or a
yeah.
phone number, or?
Yeah,
Jimmy Joe made a point of contact with them. They haven't talked to us.
Okay, right, so Jimmy Joe's still a contractor, right? He's not a borough employee.
Right, he's a contractor.
Okay, so he can't speak for you guys, not
he
being a
can't.
jerk, but this stuff with the Frontier thing is really, I think, important. The Attorney General in Pennsylvania has him under investigation currently for
we
fraud.
already know that.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, just
Yep.
make sure we're all on the same page about the Frontier
Yeah.
thing.
Alright,
It would
moving on
really
to-
suck to get half your town hooked up to it and then
Moving
we're
on
not
to
gonna
new
walk.
business.
Right.
Alright, vacancy chair, board chair resignation. Hold on. Alright, we got vacancy chair dated January 3rd. Anna Hotelling resigned her position on the vacancy board effective January 3rd, 2025. Do I have a motion to accept the resignation?
Motion.
Do we need a motion for that one?
Yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Terry Gleason makes a motion, you make a motion?
Yeah.
Terry Gleason makes a motion to accept this, Anna Hotelling resignation. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
Mensa Odell makes a second. Discussion? Bob Penzo?
Yes.
Terry Gleason?
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel?
Yes.
Mensa Odell?
Yes.
Cindy Burrows?
yes.
I myself is yes. Motion carries. Alright, so we have an appoint vacancy board chair to council. Guess I need a motion. I need a motion to appoint vacancy board chair to council. Do we have a motion?
We don't have a vacancy board chair, and she just resigned.
Okay, so we don't have, do we have a vote?
It should be.
Oh, it should have been,
Typically make nominations.
Nomination.
so make a nomination.
Nominations for the opening.
So just a rewrite that in there. nomination for the nomination for the council.
What we doing?
Alright, making a nomination for council.
Who's your guys' nomination?
I'll make a nomination for Anna Hooknellen, council.
Wait a minute, I thought we were working on the vacancy board.
Oh, that's what we were doing, he just said.
George Burrows.
So wait a minute, we working on the vacancy board?
Vacancy,
Well, we
right?
can't appoint, well, once you have somebody a nomination for the vacancy board.
That's right.
Oh, that's at the bottom.
Whatever's easier.
Why would you resign as a vacancy board when you should be appointed? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
We need another vacancy board member.
What's the logic behind that?
Which we can do.
Appoint vacancy board. I understand that. But it's a
Alright, then we'll
vacancy.
just,
You don't have to resign to.
Alright.
This is the last thing.
I'm getting asked if she didn't need to resign to be appointed to council.
So I don't know, I'm doing that one though.
I think anybody can be vacancy board chair.
Okay, you nominated Anna, right?
Right.
Are we doing the council member position, that's your nominations?
Yes.
Okay.
Not even on here.
And next page.
Flip it over.
Where?
Got the vacancy board chair,
I just
council.
have to swear in.
Yeah, that's a vacancy board chair. That's not a council member.
Oh, that's how it was written.
Not what it says.
To council.
How?
Make a motion to amend.
And they're swearing into a council member,
Yeah, I heard that, so.
Yeah, but the,
Just amend the.
What are we trying to do here?
then your
Yeah.
council member. In, but,
So you have to amend the agenda then.
Just amend the agenda.
Cause it doesn't say it here. It says vacancy board, same thing as council. And before that was supposed to be council member, so somebody needs to amend the agenda too.
mm-mm.
Okay, so from PSAB, Wendy said, yes, the vacancy board chair can hand in a letter of resignation that council will vote to accept. This should be done before being appointed to council.
Right.
Council can make a motion and vote to select the vacancy board chair to the vacant council seat as soon as their letter of resignation is accepted and voted on by council.
Okay, so
That's
what-
fine, I'm
what
just
we're doing.
saying, it doesn't say we're trying to appoint a council member.
They've appointed it without you, Bob.
I got that.
Okay, just so
But I'm
for the
telling
rest
you,
of the class.
Doesn't say that.
She also did not need to
They're
resign to
not
be
holding a
appointed.
vote to appoint a council member, they're just appointing a council member.
Jennifer.
Via the agenda.
I'm just telling what they
Yeah,
sent
we
me.
typically
Yeah,
have
also, she didn't need to resign to be appointed. She could have-
candidates,
That's
right?
okay, that might get.
We do need candidates.
You have candidates and then you vote on the candidate.
That vote already happened, Bob.
We weren't invited.
I'm no kidding.
This is just a formality, my friend.
One candidate.
Can't even get that right.
How long have you
Alright,
been on
so-
this, and you're just trying to figure this one
Anna
out?
Hotelling is a
This
candidate.
is one thing.
Cindy put Anna Hotelling
Poor
is a
me, I
candidate.
know what all you said on that.
Does anybody
Do we
put
have
an
any other
application in
candidates?
for the seat?
No, they already decided it.
Are you
There
ready
you go.
yet?
Did you appoint the vacancy chair?
Anybody else interested at all?
That's done too.
Nomination.
What was the name?
Anna Hotelling.
Can I hear you?
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Are we amending the agenda first?
Gotta amend
No,
the
it's already
agenda.
done, Bob.
Well, we gotta clean up the paperwork.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I still need
Do anything you want to say?
Amend
Was
the
it corruption?
agenda
No shit.
to add to fill the council seat open.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, then Mansell Odell makes a
It's
motion
not-
to amend the
I was
agenda.
gonna say, I
to
wouldn't feel
council seat.
offended by
You can
that.
be offended, that's
Second.
welcome to America, it's not about you, Anna.
Any what's the second
It's not
discussion?
personal, it's just politics. Formalities,
Bob
you
Penzo?
have to go through the steps. This is a
Motion to amend the
democracy.
agenda, no.
Terry Gleason? Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
I myself is yes. Amending the agenda. Okay, now we're back to Cindy Burrows,
Nominate.
appointed,
Unnominated.
nominated, Anna Hotelling.
Yes.
Any other nominations?
Any other nominations? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
You all right? Robert Penzone Jr.
Your dad don't like you too much, does he?
Is that the second nomination?
Or I'm sorry, Robert Penzone III, sorry. Yeah. The heck?
Alright, we got two nominations, Anna Hotelling, Robert Penzone III. Any other nominations? Alright. So how do we do this? We just, is it a vote? Or, yeah. Then roll call vote for Anna Hotelling. Bob Penzo,
No.
Terry Gleason,
Yep.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
So, do you only get two nominations?
two nominations,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
myself is no. Do we still continue or is that?
Yep.
Okay,
I think you get another one.
nominations for Robert Penzone III.
Typically, once you've done the vote on the first,
Yeah.
it's done.
She's
Okay.
passed, it's a waste of time.
Alright,
We're done.
then motion carries 4-2. Okay, now to swear in new council member by mayor, if we're back on track.
Sorry, Ann, come on up. You're it. Alright, hold up your right hand. I, say your name,
Anna Hotel.
do solemnly swear,
I'll drive
yep,
to
you
solemnly
said,
swear
yep, that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and that I will discharge
and this Constitution of the Commonwealth, and I will discharge
the duties of my office with fidelity.
the duties of my office with fidelity.
Okay? You're in?
Okay?
And you just gotta sign this. We can do this after though.
Okay.
You should probably give her a copy.
Alright, alright, welcome, welcome.
She knows what she agreed to.
Should we had you like fire?
I'm sorry. I know. I know.
Ordinance, okay, so now we're up to ordinance 156, review, snow removal. If everyone haven't seen the ordinance 156, I have it here, just snow and ice on sidewalks. It says, 22 lines, so it says, the owner, occupant, this is responsibility for removing snow and ice. The owner, occupant, and tenant of every property located upon or alongside any street in the borough shall remove or have removed from all sidewalks in front of or along that property all snow and ice within 24 hours after the snow or ice has ceased to fall or to be formed upon that sidewalk. And it has another part for authority for borough to remove the ice and snow at the expense of the owner, occupant, or tenant.
Can't get them to do it on site.
In any case where an owner, occupant, or tenant, as specified in section 1221, fails, neglects, or refuses to comply with any provision that section within the prescribed time limit, the borough authorities may proceed immediately to clear the snow and ice from the sidewalk and to collect the expenses of the removal of snow and ice from that sidewalk, along with an additional amount of 10% of the expenses of removal from that owner, occupant, or tenant. As the case may be in the manner provided by law for the collection of the municipal claims or by action of a sum sit, and such amount may be in addition to any fine or penalty imposed under section 1224. And this was, this came out in 1985, February 11th. So it's still,
So, what do you wanna do with that?
I'm just reading the ordinance, reviewing the ordinance. And this is available for people to read, and it'll be online eventually, but this is it here, so.
I mean, have you seen issues of people not getting this
Mm-hmm.
done?
Yeah.
All I have is the ordinance in front of me. If you guys have something, then.
I just thought maybe he's making a new one up, cause I know we already.
No,
have one.
I just have this in front of me. If anybody has issues, or, there's no motion for this, it's just for review. Alright, next one. PSAB training, there's, this one, uncomplained unpaved ditch, yes, right. This is from the post office. The complaint was, they're writing, I'll just read it. I'm writing to address our concern about the unpaved ditch between USPS driveway and the new DG Market. Previously, the lot was all paved and our customers were able to reach their driveway. However, a year ago, because of the water leak in the DG Market building, someone dug up a ditch and it has never been repaired back to its original state. The ditch has caused our customers to complain as it is not safe for parking, walking. It's been a shared area for years, even though it's owned by DG Market.
Longer than a year.
I was gonna say,
Is that the one right next to the post office?
Yeah, that's been like that before DG Market even came in. They may have dug up a little portion of it.
Who owns the property?
Not us.
It's a realty
You were
company.
quick, huh?
A realty company that owns it. But before that, it was, I don't know who owned it, and it's been like that since I've lived.
But it's
And I've
on,
been here for
it's on
8
the Dollar
years.
General's lot.
At the end of the day,
It's
there's nothing
between
that
the
the borough
lots.
can do.
It's between.
No, it ain't done
But the
by-
post office is here.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
DG
I
is
agree.
here, it's right
That
there.
is a pain in the ass.
And cars park over it all the time.
Actually, he could say, I'm not gonna use it.
So I don't know
Park
who's
there.
complaining, it's been like
Wonder
that
what,
since
yeah.
I've been here.
Well, you guys can always ask them to put a no parking sign in
They
there,
don't even up to the driveway.
where the rocks are and stuff.
It should be
no park
fixed.
there.
I mean, I don't know who
It should be,
sits
but
on, I don't know
who's
if it
gonna
sits on
fix
the
it?
postal service
You know, who's
or
gonna
it
fix
sits
it?
on this side.
He could put a fence up and say, ain't nobody gonna park there.
Yeah.
That's what my daughter just said.
No, I said a sign
A sign and
that
then,
says no parking.
yeah.
You could.
You could,
But
No
you
parking
could,
in
but
the
you,
might be
you
able
got
to reach
people
out
park
to
there and
them.
get their mail.
Yeah,
You can't set the driveway.
It's private property.
It's private property, you can't make them do anything.
So I advise whoever
There's
this
nothing the
customer,
borough can do, I would just.
I would advise if their person is listening, I advise them to go contact the actual,
But who are
The
you
DG Market.
contacting?
No, not,
that's
Not
what
the
the
borough.
post office is, not us, is gonna be the person who has
Post
the issue.
I know, what I'm saying though, is it postal property, or is it?
No, the postal
Oh,
property
police
should
property.
reach out to them and ask them when they.
Yeah, cause we can't actually be their intermediary in between
we're
their
not
two
getting
things,
involved in
so
this.
we
Yeah.
can't do that.
Oh.
We got an open seat still, don't we? What do you
No.
know? No?
Moving on, if this is, everybody's good with this?
Cleo has a question.
Yes.
There was a PVC pipe standing about 3-4 feet in the air
Yeah, they
over
moved
the
it.
shut-off valve. Someone has drove over that and busted that. Whether it was a snow plow or some truck, I don't know, but,
Is that right next?
that
is
was
the
all
same area as
part
the-
of the
Right
property
off the
that-
sidewalk.
Yeah,
which is
somebody-
now Dollar General.
Somebody cut it off.
It never cut off, it broke off.
No, they
No,
cut it.
cut it. No, they
Did you better look at it then?
I watched them when they did it.
Doesn't matter. but
It's
check
been
the
broke
pipe.
off since then because it's,
Okay, it could have been, I don't know.
I never see it cut off or jagged.
Is it jagged now?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably somebody ran on top of it.
there should have been a cap on that, to keep that shut off.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Now
the
that
water,
is the responsibility.
now the water authority's gonna have problems with digging stones and stuff out there if they need to shut that water off.
So we have to add that to the stuff to go out there.
They should have been made to repave that after they had to dig it up for water repair. That's, Hutchison, I think it was, owned it at that time.
You would think that they would have fixed it.
Yeah,
That's
thought they
common
would.
sense.
Well,
Dig
now
up
that-
something
they had
and
all the
fix it.
paving, patch and other stuff there, why didn't they do it then?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not on the post office, it's on that other lot.
Right.
Maybe
We'll
they
have to
just
reach out,
forgot.
we have contact with the DG Market guys, so we should be able to find out what's going on over there.
Mhm.
Alright. Comment, and look at that. PSAP training, this month is a lot of PSAP training. If you haven't done PSAP training before, it's pretty handy. This month they have a lot of financial stuff that's coming up, so
Liquid Fuels is on Wednesday.
liquid fuels, I am in that class as well,
I am too.
so liquid fuels, if you get in this.
When's the date for the training classes?
Go on PSAP website, they have all the trainings on there.
Oh, it's video thing? Or you go to,
Some of it's video, some of it's someone talking, like a Zoom type of setup. But it's all on there. You just gotta pick what you want and then apply.
It's open to anyone to take as well, should be noted.
Yeah, it's very
you get educated.
knowledgeable.
I take as many of them as I can.
It's good.
All right, so we're moving on to PSAB millage rate. It's not PSAB millage rate. This is the what do I say? It's a standard mileage rate. Last year it was 67 cents. It's gone up to 70 cents. So we just have to approve the new mileage rate for the borough.
Isn't that the IRS
Yeah,
rate?
the IRS says that.
It's the same rate. It's the same rate. IRS rate. It went up 3 cents.
I don't understand the motion for that if the IRS already said it.
Well, we have to, so in the borough, we can approve the dollar amount of what we can set here. I read that somewhere.
So we're gonna prove that we're gonna follow the IRS.
Right,
rates,
exactly,
right?
that's exactly what
As
it is.
opposed to some other rate.
Right,
Right.
right.
I make that motion.
Okay, Bob Penzo makes the motion to accept the standard IRS rate
for the
at
borough.
70 cents. 70 cents. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mansell Odell second. That was our discussion. Any other discussion? Okay. Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows.
No.
I myself is yes. Motion carries 5.
Anna.
Anna. Oh, I didn't write your
No.
name. Sorry. Hold on.
Sit back
Now
there.
you're really in the corner.
You're just
I
gonna-
am, I'm
You didn't
just.
sign the document, so no.
Okay, Anna Odell, you said yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I am yes. Motion carries. We're at 6 now. 6, 7, 6, 1. Okay. Okay, set holiday pay schedule. This was, the borough had 7 holiday, I think I have it here somewhere. There's 7 holidays that's set out for the borough. But the borough will follow those 7. I don't have it on me.
We're basically doing the same thing as the last year.
I'm not sure what was it last year.
Well, they got like 12 now, or something.
You want me to tell you?
No,
We have
no.
7 now.
This
Yes.
was-
Well, she's gonna tell us for 7.
So you have New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day.
I don't remember Veterans Day, but, so it was we revised it from the employee handbook, it was in the minutes, like
But never got put in the.
2000, it got put in the minutes. It was in 2018 maybe,
Yeah.
2019.
I mean, it didn't go into the handbook.
Another way of saying it was the handbook was not revised. Okay, so the problem is you hand new employees the handbook and they say, oh, I got all these holidays. We have conflicting documentation.
So we just gotta set the holidays that,
Yeah,
the
so-
7 holidays, the 7
That's just
ones
on the
that
calendar.
Jennifer mentioned.
Yeah, but make them sign a document too, that they know, they're aware of them and all that.
And that'll differ from the handbook.
Just so everybody's aware, the handbook actually said we filed the county.
It does.
Yeah.
And
Yes, it
we
does.
don't.
I don't know what we do with that.
Yeah, that's the tough thing.
Alright, so, this is still here.
So we need a motion to,
We need a motion to set the holiday pay schedule for Lawrenceville Borough. It's different than the handbook, and the borough, and the county.
holiday pay, so
Schedule, yeah, holiday pay schedule.
I guess that's just the holidays, right?
It's the holiday. Holidays,
Not
yeah.
pay.
It's not pay.
Okay, and I'll take a motion to set the holiday pay schedule for Lawrenceville.
I'll make a motion to set the holiday schedule to, what, the 7 days per year, where are they again?
New Year's, Memorial, Independence, Labor, Veterans, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Okay.
What about Juneteenth?
There's only 7 days.
It's federal.
So I need a second.
Second.
Cindy Burrows seconds. That was our pretty much a discussion, unless anybody has any more discussion. Okay, Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Anna Hoteling.
Yes.
I myself is yes. Motion carries. Alright, next one is signatories for accounts. I'm not sure who made this one. Who added this one? I didn't add this one.
I didn't.
Jennifer, do you know about who added this one?
That would've been from Penny, because right now with Barry leaving, he was assigning, he's not now.
So typically we have like president, vice president, and then
So
Should we just
two
carry that one over to
financial.
next
we
month?
should carry it over till we get the president, vice president already set up. So they should actually be the ones on the account. You're laughing, so I'm gonna say discussion.
Say what?
Discussion?
Yeah, I'm laughing.
No, discussion.
Yeah, what about it?
He
wants to know if you want a discussion on it.
No.
Okay.
So who do we currently have?
Terry and I.
Okay, two.
So we need a third for sure. But it should be the president when the president gets there.
But it doesn't matter, no, it could be 3 or 4 council members. There's no set.
I said that typically we do is the
Right.
vice president, the president, and then 2 financial people,
Right, typically.
because they're tuned into the finances.
Hopefully.
And it's typically a good practice.
So if there's not any movement on this one, next month, we're gonna have a discussion on this one. Move this one to next month, unless somebody wants to vote on it now. This is no discussion.
signature.
Yeah, signature.
Somebody's around.
Yeah.
Who's on the financial committee?
He just told you.
Well, so the president's gonna have to decide on from you, the financial, the new committees, so we should actually wait till next month till this happens.
People are on.
This way the people are set and know what they gotta do, whoever's on that committee. We're
So I
already
make a
on that
motion, we
committee.
table till next month.
Table signatories for accounts. Alright, we got designate paper of record. Right now, we just have, actually, we're just gonna have, Jennifer, can you list them all? We're gonna just add them to table, designate the paper of record.
You want me to list them?
Yes.
Okay, the Wellsboro Gazette, Williamsport Gazette, the Corning Leader, and then the Penny Saver and the Dollar Saver. Right now, from what I've read from minutes, you only have the Corning Leader and then the Wellsboro Gazette set as your papers of record.
Okay, but there's been no legal notices in the Gazette, they all go to the Corning Leader, so can we clarify exactly what you're gonna use which periodical for?
The Wellsboro Gazette, the Williamsport Gazette, and the Corning Leader would be used for the legal notices, your bids, your meetings, etc. The Dollar Saver and the Penny Saver would be for more like your cleanup, Halloween, kinda like your ads. Or if you need to remind residents of some ordinance or something like that, that's not changing.
As long as council in your motion can be clear where you're advertising what for. Considering the Corning Leader's not actually sold over the border in Lawrenceville.
So we just need a motion to designate those papers of record.
I make a motion to make those papers of record.
So Terry Gleason, makes a motion to designate those 5 papers we have listed as a paper of record. If anybody needs them listed again,
Yeah, are you gonna list them concurrently in each paper, or are you gonna do it randomly, so we gotta buy 5 papers every Sunday?
We're gonna use either one of them as a paper of record.
Okay, but your motion states all of them.
We're gonna use that as an option to have all of them, so we don't miss any paper of record.
Okay, but you're not,
But that, I mean, that is confusing. She's
You can't-
right. I mean, that guy went through
you
5.
guys can't hide stuff, you can't keep hiding legal notices and ads in bizarre, obscure papers, because one day it's cheaper, or there's a deadline and you're inept.
Will be the paper of record for legal.
She laid it out what we're gonna do.
You can't buy
Yeah,
it.
No, they're not.
The others are gonna be for.
Yeah, but you can't get the Corning Leader in
Right,
store
right,
here in
right.
It's always
Lawrenceville.
been the Corning Leader
Ads.
though. We don't have.
It's not.
There's
for
only
They
sale
don't
here in
sell it down
Lawrenceville.
here
It's not
anymore.
sale for
I wrote
Lawrenceville
tickets
no more,
for-
the Corning Leader, you can't
There's no
get it.
access to it.
We gotta go clear to Lindley to get it.
Right.
These are,
I'm about to
this
tell
one's
them.
weekly, this is the other one.
You can't do it.
Right now we have the Gazette.
Yeah.
Same.
You don't know?
Have we
I know
used
the
our Gazette
brownies
as a paper of record ever?
Not this year.
The old brownies.
No, they don't.
You cannot get
Go
it
there
down
and
here
look.
in Pennsylvania, you have to purchase it as a New York periodical.
Wellsboro Gazette.
But
I
you
went
can't
looking at
get
it.
it.
Hey, then we have to
You
work.
can't get it on paper
Why don't we
without
just
going
The issue.
to New
designate
York.
Corning Leader?
Corning Leader does not distribute down here anymore. I'm sure they used
It's
to,
online.
but they don't
Don't
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, so which is the one
There might be a
you get?
And
situation.
who else has, Angie, who else has legal?
Which is the one that's.
The legal.
The one I
So
know
the Gazette does legal, but you have to meet their deadline, cause they only publish every week.
Yeah.
But the Leader also, their deadline is just a little looser, and I see why you guys are doing it, but to everyone else, it looks like you're trying to hide these, because it's random, you're just using whatever of these 5
Right.
papers that you feel like, so we don't have a consistent place to
Maybe we
find
should-
information,
maybe
like
we
your
should
budget
use-
papers and your budget meetings and.
You can get online.
Yeah, we can only do that if.
Okay, but
if
so
something comes
we
up,
have
might
to check
find somebody
5
else.
papers.
No, I said the
Something
Corning
did come
Leader,
up
you
last
can get
time, that's why
online.
we used both.
So you
something
just
did come up
designate
last
Corning
time.
Leader.
That's right.
No, check them online.
Yeah, you don't be locked
Not
in
everyone
one.
gets online.
So we have to
Not
set up
everybody
something.
has a computer,
So do
I
we
don't
just
either.
have to actually set out.
so how are you gonna get
How
online?
do you wanna get your legal
Identical.
notices, what would work the best for you, actually, is what I'm trying to advocate
Well,
for,
we don't get no
Cleo.
problems.
I'm trying to advocate for everyone's access.
Probably Wellsboro Gazette.
Wellsboro Gazette.
They don't wanna do the Wellsboro Gazette.
The Corning Leader, cause it was daily, so you got, when you get it to them, you have 3 days, so it's printed 3 days after you give it to them.
And it's already set up as a paper of record,
Yeah.
Okay.
and so is the Wellsboro Gazette.
So what are you gonna do to get it circulated in Lawrenceville?
So how you guys gonna get it into Lawrenceville? Cause they don't bring it here no more.
Well, brownies, so.
It just says it has to be a
No, they don't.
paper.
No, they don't,
I mean,
not no more.
to be fair, what do you guys think every other municipality in Pennsylvania does? I'll stand, I just wanna make sure I'm here, like, what do you think every other
This brownies one right
municipality
here
does
does
to
not
get
have
their
it.
notices
No, not Danny, the one
published
down
on
the road.
I know
time?
that.
Really?
This one down here doesn't,
Yeah.
but for people that, they shouldn't have to go all the way up to Lindley to get it. But you can go to this Quickville Red Apple across the street, across the house, they don't have it
I
there.
didn't know
It's not there, believe me, I went to it.
Why can't they just put it on?
They don't have it from Terry. They don't have it from the road.
That's daily.
Red Apple. They don't
And I do know
carry it.
that
not
comes in the
there.
valley.
Which one's that? Sorry.
Williamsport.
And they do legal
Mhm.
notice?
That's the closest.
If they deliver here and they do legals, and
Then
Corning does not, I
we
mean,
can add that one that star.
It wouldn't be add, it would be just make it.
Yeah, but you'll be
Well, we're
locked
gonna add it
in.
'cause we already have
If
two-
something
we
happened,
already
you
have
need
two
somebody right
legal-
away,
legal
and they don't do
papers.
it, you need some second choice.
Well, they should, cause Williamsport is gonna run pretty similar to
Daily.
what the Corning leader does, but the problem with the Corning leader is, I'm not dealing with anybody in Corning. I'm dealing with something in Rochester when I'm
Yeah.
dealing with that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Their office isn't local anymore.
Yeah, Mars doesn't.
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but, yeah. I mean, most residents don't wanna
Myers
put
pretty
any more
somewhere
time than
else
they
as
have
well.
to into searching for these things.
Williamsport Gazette.
Newsport Gazette,
How often do you actually
made a motion
have
right
legal
there.
notices? You
I think
guys
you
aren't
had
running
one
them,
time at the table.
yeah, it's
Well,
a
you
couple
had it
times
to
a year,
all
it's
time,
not
but then we
monthly, so I
decided
don't know why
you
you
can't
have
add
to do
road- you
school.
can't run
Special
papers
notice.
in
You wanna rescind that then?
Yeah.
Can you guys, Bob, can you guys send out like newsletters?
So the law requires that we have to have legal notices, they have to be in the legal notice in the paper of
It
record.
has to be in the.
Has to be
So
by
is
law.
Wellsboro one?
So that's what we're
Yes.
talking about here.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you have to actually
You have to
put,
have it in by 4 o'clock on Friday.
like forbid notices and stuff like that.
Once a week.
And that's why we
Okay.
had two others
So,
just in
yeah.
case.
There's no wiggle room
Sometimes
with
there's
that.
a meeting that needs to happen tomorrow. Or just
I mean, if you guys commit to submitting these to all the
Papers will be
papers,
available.
great.
Mm-hmm.
So just let
So,
people know
but
that it's in there.
But his point though is, we're really talking about the legal notices.
Yes.
If you just wanna run, there's a cleanup in the penny saver or
You don't
whatever,
really need to
Right.
do
we can
that.
just do that.
Right.
Yeah.
We're really talking about the legal notices,
Yeah.
you know, for bids or anything like
Right.
that,
Mm-hmm.
Which we have two of already.
right? So we could just do that, you know, just run an ad in penny saver, we don't even have to make a motion to do that, I mean,
Right. that's-
If it's
that's
not
just-
legal.
If it's not legal, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll just be legal stuff we have to
Yeah.
have. We have the meetings and.
right,
But I think the problem was Corning Leader and the Gazette have different,
deadline.
deadlines, and to make the deadlines at a certain day.
Start holding your employees accountable. Make your deadlines. Why don't you guys hold yourselves to the same standards? What's the issue?
I like
What
the
does-
idea that the Williamsport paper is delivered here, at least you get it at the
Yeah.
newsstand, right?
Yes.
Then I like to add,
Biggest
because we
circulation.
don't have it as a paper of record at all.
No, keep that or the-
Get one of those little coin boxes and set on the corner there. Put
I don't think you
papers in it.
want two though, cause then now you have to, the residents
Shoes
have
shine
to,
the same
or
time.
whoever has to search,
Well,
We
if we
have
do
to
that, we
hold-
have to
we
do
get
three.
the right
Shoes
one.
done at the same time.
or just get rid of the other one, just do, why can't we just do the Williamsport?
Just do Williamsport
But the
Gazette.
Yorkers.
That sounds
do.
good, let's decide on one of them.
Does that work, Williamson, what is it?
Williamsport
Yeah.
Gazette.
All legal
Star,
notices.
wait, which one? Just
Williamsport
Gazette is all?
Williamsport Gazette.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I make a motion, do I have to
Yes.
Yes.
'Cause we
change
have-
it? I make a motion, we change the paper of record for Lawrenceville from, is it the leader, from the Corning Leader to the Williamsport Gazette.
Hold on,
That was good.
we have the Gazette is, so the other Gazette, the, Wellsboro Gazette is also paper of record, so you have to change that one as well.
And to remove the Williamsport,
Okay,
I'm sorry,
Wellsboro.
Wellsboro Gazette.
let me see if I can follow this
Wow,
one.
that is confusing.
So, Robert Penzo makes a motion to remove the Corning Leader and the Wellsboro Gazette
Yes,
as our paper of record, and to change the paper of record to Williamsport Gazette.
yes, that's my motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Long-winded, but it works.
Eddie Wessel seconds. That was discussion, any other discussions? Okay, Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel, Mansell Odell,
No.
Let me see you figure
Cindy
it
Burrows,
out. Yes.
Ann O'Kelly,
No comment.
and I am yes. Motion carries 6-1. Alright, we're down to CNN Bank, Visa card application. Alright, Penny did mention it. So they do this, so how this works is, there would be one person would be the main account, and you'd be able to set several other accounts under that one. They're all responsible just like, regular, if you ever had a business and they gave you a card with your name on it, it's the same way. But that person will be still legally responsible for that card.
So we want to do that.
Okay, so for, I guess for what?
So this one is, cause right now I'm walking around carrying the card to get gas, actually pretty much everything that requires a card. And there's some things that they can just go and pick up a Windex bottle or something small that I would have to go there.
So general purchasing.
General purchasing, yes. It's not for the gigantic purchase that we have to buy $3,000 worth of pumps or anything like that.
You don't really have a 500 max limit.
Right, but I one card holder would have to go and buy everything.
Oh.
Instead of this, they'll have their own name. Like the secretary would have one if they needed something, but you know, just like on the main card holder would be the one issuing the cards.
Which secretary is gonna have one? This one here? Or kind of?
It could be all borough employees can have a card, but we don't know, so we don't know what to decide. But that's what this is.
Don't want Penny, she bounced a check.
Alright, so.
Can you guys?
How is it gonna be audited or recorded or whatever, right? That's
Yeah,
really what
that's-
it's all
that's
about,
the-
right?
Say if it's in the borough office, they'd have to come get it from the office and bring it back with a receipt.
Understood, but then the other end is what was it used for, who's it get charged out to, who approved it, it's all the fun stuff that
Right.
we all figured about, right?
Well, it's an expense report, right?
Well, that's what
Yeah.
That's what it turns into.
It has to be an expense report if we're gonna do this.
Well, that's what I do now, even then when the same amount I have to sign for who bought it, where other account it came from has to go to, same process.
The reason I'm asking is because the people who sign up for it need to know that, right? If
Yes,
don't-
they would
aren't aware
have,
of
they
it.
would definitely have to know the rules of it,
You
yes.
gotta be responsible.
If you're opening yourself up for more fraud here.
I think
I
it's
don't
gonna
know.
be more problems than it's worth.
I thought it was just one.
If it was just one.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, the process is the same.
Right, the
whether
same
it's 10
process,
people or one
yeah, it's the
person.
same process.
Same process.
Oh, and we have the plug card.
So the point is, the card's then gonna be handed to someone?
It could be handed to someone, but it has to be, that person would have the name, so that person would have that name attached to it. If they're purchasing something, their name has to be attached to
Yeah,
it.
because.
So my point is-
You could give it to somebody.
Right, she couldn't give out her card if her
Right.
name's on it.
Right.
And that's my point is,
It'll have to be
she's
that
not gonna
signed
wanna
person.
give it out then if it's someone's name.
Right,
on
she
it.
shouldn't be
So-
giving it out
So you're gonna
to
be
somebody.
purchasing, or whoever
Right.
has it,
Right,
is my point.
That's what the issue right now.
that's the
right?
issue right
The
now.
issue right now is that you're running around buying whatever needs.
Yeah.
There's no
Right.
tracking data.
So basically, someone else is gonna do it, or we're gonna hand out more cards.
Well,
That's
so
where-
the card, so the person
We
who's
don't
in
want
charge
a
of
whole
the
lot more
account
cards.
will be able to see where the purchases are being used and be able to manage. That person has to be able to manage, pretty much.
I agree. I mean, I've done it.
I've done it
For the
myself.
borough here, it's not fun.
I've done it myself.
Don't lose a receipt.
It's a lot of people, especially when you have 25 people. So, and they all have cards.
No.
But it's easily manageable if you know how to manage.
It's easily a bad accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, you guys
we
just
gotta really-
proposed
we're a
reducing
small-
the amount you
We're
can
a
even
small
spend.
group. I think it's manageable.
Yeah, it's the big burden on you, and it's a lot.
It's very time consuming.
It is
Bob, you did it
time-consuming.
forever
Yeah,
too,
for years.
so, I don't know
But the person in charge of the account, the person in charge of this account would have to know what they're doing. Because they'd be responsible.
Yeah.
And you don't have that currently.
Well, yes, we don't have that currently at all.
Maybe a discussion for a later time.
Yeah.
Talk about this thing a little more, and just not to get you off the hook of it.
Making another loan.
This is not trivial. It takes a lot of
If
time.
you do it right, it is not, it is trivial.
It is not trivial.
You buy something, you get a receipt, you sign off, secretary signs off, she gets a copy, you get a copy.
Okay.
But what happens if Bob spends 3,000, takes off, goes to Mexico?
That's-
Just not sorry, Bob.
That's
but,
the problem though, is
but the damage is already
where's
done.
the
guys.
limit, or it then is, well, you were authorized.
Yes.
That's all you've been authorized by.
There's no
Isn't that
accountability
same
here.
exact thing how the check bounced?
What do you mean?
So I think, the way we handled it in the past was there was a dollar amount, I think it was $500.
Pretty sure
It
it's
was
500.
500.
That's
You
what
So the
guys
it's
same thing
supposed
can
to
be
move
said
it
with this
down.
one, except it's not directly linked to a borough account. It's actually a credit card.
Yeah.
So it'd be.
Yeah,
So
petty
it's
cash.
actually a lot
Yeah.
easier to
You
manage.
know, like, that was a big
cash.
problem.
No, no cash.
I remember
Please,
that,
no.
all of a sudden the pay cash guy.
No cash.
That was
That
gone too?
disappeared, I remember that.
But if we wanna have, if we wanna have, continue this discussion, we can. But not right now, so.
You gotta fill me in.
We can continue later with this one.
Yeah,
We better table that one.
Table.
Over council for you, so.
Cause I see the benefit in it, but it's a lot for somebody who's gonna be that primary part.
How much was it?
$30. It's not a lot.
Alright, so, money market account, I think this is the same one from the library, but I'm not sure. Investment CD?
No.
Okay, so,
The money market account is a
Jennifer, do you
checking
know
account.
about this one?
I don't know,
It's a checking account that you get a better interest rate.
On what account?
I don't know.
I have to see the terms on that, cause that really does vary. Cause I played that game before and if you didn't
Sometimes it's
spend,
not
if you
worth
didn't
it.
spend enough, the rate went up.
Okay, if we don't have any more, I think we'll table this one so we can find out more
Be careful
information on it.
with
Do you guys agree on that one?
Yeah.
I just had one.
No, for the money market account, do you wanna table
Uh,
this one, cause we don't have enough information on what it was supposed to set up for.
I
What account?
don't even know what it is.
Yeah, don't know what account, where it's supposed to go, what's happening with it. Same thing with the
What's
Visa
your-
card, we
wait,
could
what-
table that one too.
I just have one
You have a
comment.
question.
So, about the Visa card or just purchasing in general, it probably makes sense for us to write a purchasing process. We've been back and forth on this over the years. And people get upset because their understanding of how it works is different than whatever. We could probably maybe get a one pager as to what the process should be. And get some expectations on the piece of paper and I think it'll help.
Sounds good.
Help with that, I guess.
Alright, so we'll table those two items and, we can work on this process.
What project?
Alright, we have here printer purchase, Penny mentioned a printer, she didn't say what kind.
To replace the one that's in that office,
When the copies as well, right?
cause it.
Copies and scans.
Scans,
The big one?
they're,
No.
yeah.
No,
it's-
there's another one in the office there.
In the
that's-
back.
Yeah,
And it's just a printer, it's nothing else.
when the fax part don't work.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
How much?
Do you know how many
Up to
copies?
She didn't give us a, what she was looking at.
This would be under office supplies, right?
Under office.
No, would go under liquid fuels.
Oh, cause
She
she's
can-
for this water and sewer
Yeah.
portion of it.
She could get it done under liquid fuels, but that thing only does like copies one page at a time, so if you had 10 pages you needed to copy or even scan, it won't do it.
Wait a minute.
I don't know, somebody's in a
Wait a minute.
deficit,
Could
doesn't
we just
it?
network our computers so it
No
prints
shit,
off the
okay.
copier? The copier?
We can do it, but so I'm talking with Jennifer to get a network person so we can actually network these computers separately from each other, cause right now, once Penny's go down, Jennifer's go down. So,
Yeah, that's not good.
so right now we have to separate those into a server. We have the server, we just gotta get that hooked up.
Should be able to do it through the Wi-Fi or whatever.
But with this, Penny would be able to send her documents to that printer and it would work as well. But if something happens, she should be able to print on her own as well, just
I
in
mean,
case.
that's a business, that's a pretty nice copier. I mean, it could print thousands of pages.
Yeah, it's gotta be serviced after a while, 'cause it's been used quite a bit, it's gotta be serviced.
So that printer got here, I don't know if somebody got a service agreement on it, but there's no service agreement for that
No.
printer. Like everything else, like the sewer stuff, it needs service when you get stuff, and this is gonna require a actual service agreement with another company. If the big purchase.
What's it?
just sharp.
So that's another thing down the road, that's not on here, but it's something that's gonna come up again, and
I mean, that's just maintenance, just do it. I mean, that's why we have a budget.
so with the printer purchase,
just say to them this whole time, I'm steal a chair
Well,
from her.
So we wanna get her, if we go that route, we wanna get her the printer that's actually gonna work best. So we should actually look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it first.
See what it is.
I'd rather not buy another printer that we gotta maintain if we all print from that same heavy duty printer.
There's something wrong with, isn't there something wrong with one of them, your printers?
Just
Wasn't,
one page at a time.
yeah,
But the other one I haven't got programmed in yet to check on scanning. Still working on it. That's the big one.
Calling the beat
So, I don't even know if we need to table this, so we need to research it.
Yeah, cross check it for different ones.
So we'll set her up some issue with to print from that computer for the short term. And then we'll still look at the printer. And then we'll come back here. But we may not even have to do that.
Do you want a service call for the?
It's gonna be a service call, yes.
Yeah, just get the name off it, look them up and call them.
But that's not on here, so it's gonna have to be
That's,
something else.
That's his general
that's
maintenance.
general, everyday stuff. Have the girls call up, see if you get a quote, we'll make it so that table it. Talk to the girls,
Tabling this one.
see what the girls do for it.
Alright, so, next thing, nominee appoint vacancy board chair. Do we have any nominees for the vacancy board chair?
George Burrows?
Do we have any other nominees for vacancy board chair? No, is George Burrows good to take this event?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, a motion, Penzo?
Wait a minute, so we're making a motion to,
Nominate,
to appoint
the point is,
George Borough to the vacancy board chair?
yes.
Is that right? No.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
I abstain.
Anna Hoteling,
Yes.
I'm yes as well. We have, no, it's abstain, so, and no. So it's 5, 1.
One.
Alright, so. That position. Alright, now we enter visitors open forum.
Not to like poke at the library money repeatedly, but for months, Bob was asking about the missing money. What's the maturity date on this CD? Just loud, can you speak up? Sorry, Chris talking.
I believe it was 12 months, so it was.
We did it
Louder?
This December?
I just did it in December.
Yeah.
So what's the maturity date for the CD
Probably
for the
gonna be
library?
January of next year.
Okay, and this is the money that Bob's been asking about for the last like 3
Well,
months?
it's not the exact
This is
same.
$100,000.
It's $100,000
for that.
Okay.
for the CD.
Well, I have Bob's questions about this amount of money. So what was the point in voting on a CD that's already been established? Again, you guys are clearly making decisions behind the public's back. And Bob is on the council and he still has the same questions about that money. But you guys waited all this time to tell everybody what you already did with it? That's $100,000 that you're not being, Terry, you ran on being transparent. Anthony, you guys ran on being transparent. Eddie, transparency, guys. You have already made these decisions and you're coming in here to cover your asses.
But
What?
it wasn't voted
Are
on
you
before you
ashamed?
did it.
Are you ashamed?
It's okay that you did it, but you should have voted on it first.
So just for
I'm
clarity,
off already.
so just for clarity, the Borough Council manages the library finances, always has, always will. I'm trying to find the charter. So I don't know how money got transferred without the Borough Council voting on that. Who authorized that? And isn't that kinda scary that you could just move 100,000? Isn't that kinda scary that you just
That was 200.
How is that any different than what Gordy did, and everybody was
Thank you.
so angry about the 280 from the library money?
Well, check the minutes, he was authorized to do that. Yeah.
We gave him authorization.
Just go ahead, check the minutes.
We did not vote
We're
on that.
we're not talking
Problem
about
is,
Gordy. Hold
you
on, we're
guys
not
did
talking
not
about
vote
Gordy.
for the
We're talking
$100,000
about
she
you
was for
folks
today.
here at
Well,
the table
let's not
now.
go back in time, let's go forward here, you know.
Whatever, so in this
It's
instance.
$100,000.
Yeah, it's not $5,000 or $6,000, guys. It's $100,000 that Bob's been asking about for the last couple of months. And y'all waited all this time to tell everybody where it went when you had
Because
already
there's
made the
a forum.
decision on your own.
So I'm gonna read, this CNN Bank, date 11/24.
Okay, that's all we needed. That was all I
The
asked.
Lawrenceville Borough the Lawrenceville Council is aware that the library has some excess money to invest. This has been discussed at a regular monthly council meetings of the Lawrenceville Borough and with the Lawrenceville Borough Finance Committee members.
Discussed, not
In
voted on.
conclusion, the Lawrenceville Council and Finance Committee members have granted approval for the Boswick Perry Memorial Library to investment of the $100,000 with CNN Bank.
Show me where that is in the minutes.
Whose name's attached to that?
Show me in the minutes where that
What borough council
is.
members approved
It
that?
has Barry Mortimer and Mansell Odell.
That should come to a roll call
Barry
vote.
was president.
Show me in the minutes.
I wasn't there.
But
Mansell.
there's no legal action. You guys
I know
didn't
you
take any
didn't do
action
that.
on this. I
Not that I'm
filmed
aware of.
every single meeting. There was no formal action. What there was questions from Bob, and you guys were jerks to him because he had questions and y'all knew where the money went.
And I have the minutes.
That's
for
what I'm trying to
2022.
say. So I don't discriminate whether you're Gordy, Terry, Cindy, Anthony, Barry, Eddie, Mansell. I treat all of you the same, Cleo included. I have not done anything different with you guys than I did with Gordy. Why are you doing the same things you were upset that he did, that you were like, come film and show these people what they're doing? Why are y'all doing the same thing?
For one, I didn't do the same thing. I didn't know
You're
anything
even
about
using the same
I know
verbiage.
you
You're
did,
even
but
using
your
the
name
same
is on
verbiage.
that.
I didn't put it on there, and I didn't know anything about it.
We are aware of that, but we know your name is on it, and unfortunately, it wasn't your doing, and you guys just voted on it tonight.
We have to have this conversation because you guys are gonna go outside of the
Without
bounds.
knowledge.
Without your knowledge.
I mean, how does that make you feel, man? So now you're responsible for
I thought I had
something.
enough, to be honest with you, with it all.
So did Barry,
But
so did other
The
people.
problem is
like,
your name is on that, and you guys just voted on
That's
it
what I'm
tonight.
saying. I thought I
who's
had
doing
enough.
this? Who wants to either take accountability? Are you ashamed? Are you embarrassed? Because the next legal actions is gonna sink not only the borough, but someone's personal life. You guys are gonna destroy someone's personal life by acting out like this.
Everybody was up in arms to get that library money returned to where it rightfully belonged, and it rightfully got there the proper way. And now you went and did a $100,000 CD and put Mansell's name on it, Barry's name on it, is giving a proof. That's what he just read.
That's what he just read.
Who got the CD?
Who did that? That's what we're asking. Who
We
did
The
don't disagree that it's the right
library
thing to do
has
with the
a
money.
CD. The library.
But it wasn't voted on until tonight.
Like you guys said, the borough controls that money.
I don't remember anything.
You weren't part of that, Mansell?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
No, I don't remember.
I had to see it.
So then,
I couldn't possibly have known when I asked this question that your
somebody
name was
signed
gonna
your
come
name.
up.
Something you're not aware of?
I've been sitting on this all night.
Alright, so wait a minute.
Is that your signature down
yeah, the whole town was up in arms when,
What's your name? That's all you got?
the whole town was
Alright,
up
so
in
the
arms when
letter is
Gordy
from
did
the
it.
borough
Now
to
why is
the
it
bank.
okay for them?
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Here's some feedback that I have. Don't sign the letter Lawrenceville Borough Council unless I vote on it. Okay?
Says under, right.
But here,
Yeah.
I know, but there wasn't a vote.
No, I know.
If you voted, if the council voted on it and it passed, then you could sign it, Lawrenceville Borough Council. But it was never brought to a vote, so don't sign a letter like that.
Who
But
signed
there are
it?
two names
Okay,
here.
so that don't, that
I
letter
don't know
ain't
what
mean
same
shit,
names
does
are
it?
Cause I'm gonna go digging, who signed it?
It looks, I'll let you look at it.
It says Barry Mortimer and Mansell Odell.
If that
But
wasn't-
they didn't
if
sign
that-
it.
If that wasn't voted on,
That they
and
did.
you didn't sign it, that ain't shit, that letter ain't
To the
nothing,
end now, so.
that don't mean nothing.
It should be null and void. Because that's what a motion is.
So who did this with the library money? Who did it?
But one individual shouldn't make that decision.
Probably Barry.
No,
No,
because we'll
Barry
get
ran
Barry's
on
item
making
was
sure the
talked about
library
before.
had that money.
When I saw that it wasn't in a meeting, that's why I drafted it in this meeting, I put it in here, cause it didn't come through.
It's $100,000 that was not
That's why I
voted
had
on.
it in this meeting.
In other words,
I'm just saying, y'all let Bob act.
in other
act
words,
like
if
a
it
jerk
didn't
to
happen to me, it didn't happen.
Right.
It has to happen in a meeting, right?
Somebody
Why-
signed it. Somebody Why signed would it. I sign anything that goes to CNN Bank? I'm not even on the committee.
You are on the
Good.
finance committee,
You're on the
I
finance.
These are
am?
really good questions, guys.
and that's your signature.
Well, they say it's the line, but I don't believe
I
it
got
is.
a train of thought, please, just give me a minute.
And I don't usually sign anything.
So, then who signed it? It's $100,000 and it wasn't already moved prior to this meeting.
It was already moved.
No, people came out with pitchforks when Gordy did the same thing.
No, Gordy put it in the borough.
He
He
did
did
not.
not put it in the library.
He
He
did
did not
spend
do the
it.
same thing. He was in the minutes
It's not the
that he could
same.
handle it, is basically what it said.
But somebody moved $100,000 of the library money without it coming to vote. They already
That
acted
is true.
on it.
Why would you just take two people and send it to the bank? I don't get that part of it.
Good
I mean,
question.
how are you guys comfortable with the personal
So
liability?
you're pretty
at this
innocent of it,
point?
and Bobby, you're in it, Bob,
It's
you're in
signed.
it.
My name's on it.
It's signed Borough Council, but then there's two names signatures.
Is your signature on it?
No.
Not good.
Where's mine? I don't know why you'd ask me to sign anything.
Is it dated? Is there a date on it?
Is there a date on it?
Clerk of investigation.
So I don't know
I'll
how
remember
to
11.
move forward with this one, so.
There's an investigation.
Is there any other, any other questions?
Money's there now.
November 11th.
That's what it says.
That's what it says.
Get a penalty.
Mansell said
Hey,
he
do
didn't
you
sign
have any
it.
other questions?
So, Mansell didn't
That's
sign it November
forgery if
11th.
Mansell didn't sign it.
When did Barry resign?
24, December 11th.
December 1st, it never happened.
I mean, it's
Mansell,
official
is
now,
that
you
your
guys voted.
signature?
So it's
It
official.
says now.
You didn't sign that?
But,
So then who signed your name?
December 2nd, we're very well.
But it's $100,000, Mansell.
This was just like a month or 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the date on it?
November 11th.
November 11th.
That don't look like your signature.
So who signed it?
What's on the tab?
What's that?
What's on the tab here? What does that say?
$100,000. I don't know.
Who wrote the letter? Well, Lucy did.
CNN Bank.
Lucy.
Lucy should be able to tell us on that.
The letter is on Borough.
CNN
Yeah, I
Bank.
know, but she wrote this letter.
Well, who wrote the letter? It's that
CNN
letter.
Bank wrote that.
The typed of one I typed it up.
Signature, right? Bob, or who's that?
Two, same thing.
So
typed it up.
obviously, this wasn't brought to
I
a
typed
vote
it
in
up.
November or
Oh,
December.
just
I
says
had
Borough
a-
Council?
Do you have the
No
June
names, right? You
minutes
wrote
up
it?
there? That's what I had.
What's that?
There was discussion, we're not
It
saying
went-
this isn't the right thing to do with the money, so
Went to
don't
a
take that
special
wrong.
meet- or a special
That's not what we're
meeting
saying.
agenda. The library would like to invest remaining money for prior investment. Lucy will contact the bank with possible investment options.
That shouldn't have happened because the borough is responsible for managing the fund.
Is the money still there? I guess that's my first question. It better be there.
No.
Right, but the authority comes through from the borough. So we passed a motion tonight to authorize that after the fact. I don't know how this happened, can't tell you.
No one's gonna admit to it, Bob, that's the
I
problem.
would if I
There's
could
just
admit. I
no
would if I could
accountability
admit. I don't know.
amongst
How do
you
you feel,
folks
Mansell, that your
ever.
signature's on
Agreed.
$100,000?
And the tax, because the county doesn't care what you guys are doing, and for
Well, first of
everybody
all,
watching,
the
because
money's there.
there's a handful of people watching, and this is still my public forum comment. It's really important that the taxpayers hold you guys accountable for this kind of action. There's no oversight but your taxpayers.
All right, do we have any other questions?
Yeah, but I'll let them
Any other questions?
Does the appointment of George Borough as the vacancy board chairman require a second to the motion? Or is it just an appointment and you do it?
Second, you need a second, move forward.
Cause you already voted on it, but I don't have a record of second.
We didn't, I didn't say second? No, yeah, Mansell Odell seconded.
No, I-
No, Mansell made it.
Oh, okay, okay, you're right.
I'll second.
Okay, I heard you and Hotel.
And Hotel seconds the motion.
And the vote probably stays the same.
I abstain.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you're
Say it
supposed to
again.
give a reason, and that is supposed to be in the form of a letter, and it's supposed to attach to the minutes.
Okay, I'll do that.
First we gotta figure out where this money's at.
And we gotta find out who signed your name.
According to that, the money's in a CD.
Where's the guy's signature at?
Any other questions? Alright, there's no other questions.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I just got a comment here about this though, so,
Maybe.
just real quick, so, we were talking about the library, but then we're also talking about the 200-some thousand, whatever, that we got for the funds, right? So, we at first used that money to pay down our debt, which the loan was 5-6% or whatever. And then that was rescinded by this council, okay? What was the one?
3 point something, 3.8, 2.8.
2.8.
It was very low.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, I think low interest.
Yeah, it was
Very
it was
low
like
interest.
2.7.
Well, that matters, but I don't know if it was that low. But anyway, the point is now you then put in a CD, you know, we gotta be conscious if we're actually making money or not, right? I don't think it was that low. I was thinking it was 5%.
Don't worry, Bob, they're gonna move $100,000 without you knowing.
I live in the borough like everybody else, so it's a surprise to you guys, so.
They did the same thing Bernie did.
You have my number, call him back.
I mean,
They're no different.
Alright, that's the last thing.
You okay with what they did?
So, don't have any other,
Asking
business
honestly.
comments? I'd like to adjourn the, I'd like to take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make the motion.
Cindy Burrows makes the motion to adjourn the meeting. Terry Gleason seconds, Bob Penzo,
Yes.
Terry Gleason,
Yes.
Eddie Wetzel,
Yes.
Mansell Odell,
Yes.
Cindy Burrows,
Yes.
Anna Hoteler,
Yes.
and I myself is yes.
Did I hear you?
Oh,
I met somebody.
just wanna mention that the solicitor says he'll be here
No.
next month.
Nope.
Just to be.
Nope.
No, he's coming.
You always gotta watch
He
your
was supposed
tells.
to, he wanted to come this month.
Watch their tells.
You never come.
You gotta watch their tells. Yeah, and I already gave the answer.
Lucy Lucy had lots to do with it. I met Lucy Lucy had lots to do with it.
Yeah, I typed that up, and it came in the office, Barry had already
Where's the
signed.
names on
You
it?
asked me to sign
And
this?
then he needed another finance committee to sign, and he came in and said he would sign it, and we told you what it was.
Found that money on the loan.
I don't.
Well, the original paper.
Saved a lot more money than we would
The
have.
original paper went to the banks to be able to open it.
That's all this is for?
Yeah, that's all it was for, we're gonna open that up.
Find out.
There was something specific that he needs to interact with.
Because it was already held in the finance.
Driving, hey, how you doing?
Finance committee already
It's
met
$500.
and had that.
So where's the money spent on?
It's in the C, that's in the CD.
The same amount?
Yeah.
So.
You gotta watch your tells.
Why do I just sign it?
We don't have any.
Okay. Because I needed, there was a financial piece.
I didn't know I was on the financial committee.
Yes, it is.
We have a second talk. Watch out, you guys are gonna end up in my video. Jesus.
You don't want it?
You're just about short enough at the top of your head, so I don't want this for. No, who's that? Oh gosh, you guys. Alright. Maybe I'll go outside and talk to myself.
Alright, have fun talking to yourself. Yeah. Okay. I just know I'm gonna freeze. Okay. So just hold on to that. But thank you. Just as long as the car started. Okay, so it's really freezing. I hope everybody stays warm. Obviously, do like the things. I got caught unexpected with the CD tonight, and I knew that like this was a thing. It's not new information. I knew about this in November because I listen. And you guys actually probably picked up stuff on the microphone during that meeting too about it. So there was a lot of chatter that month. But so real thing. Tonight is really disappointing because all they did was reaffirm that they're totally handling business outside of a public forum. And I would call tonight a giant Freudian slip, right? Because that's pretty much what just happened. So I'm not going to treat anybody any differently than I did when I was filming when it was Gordy. You're all subject, and you heard me in there tonight. Everybody is subject to the same kind of scrutiny that I can or do provide, however you want to put it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I hope that someone's ashamed. And if Mansell really didn't sign his name to that, then I guess we have a really big problem. I can't say, I don't think it's the wrong thing to do with the money. Bob's got a point because they don't really know what the interest is on it. If the interest on is only 4 or some percent for 12 months, I mean, hell, my credit union, not bank, because there's a difference. I'm a little bit of a finance guy. My credit union for 12 months for $50 gives me like 4.8. So not that we're in a great spot with the economy, but I have to imagine if I had 100,000, I certainly could, work a little bit more or shop around for who had, the best rates. So technicalities aside, it's not the wrong thing to do with the money, but you can't do it alone. Gordy spent it alone. You can't spend it alone. Barry may have signed that. Mansell's saying that he didn't sign that, so he's claiming that someone forged his signature. He is in there with the officer right now if he's telling the truth, and he absolutely certainly has a case, and everyone should be concerned because now they're at the point where their illegal backdoor businesses is going to start affecting people's lives, like aside from just your money. So heads up, this is nasty, this is ugly, and this is never what I wanted to film. So do the things. It's really cold. Check on your neighbors, check your water pipes, all your vents. Thank a veteran. That hasn't changed. Do that too. And hold your people accountable. And my comment, Grace, don't know if you're still here, maybe you'll catch it later if you're not, but you guys as taxpayers are the oversight. You are the enforcement body. There isn't anybody else, it's just you guys. I went to the county commissioners for a year asking for help. Lawrenceville Borough didn't show up. They don't care. As long as you guys pay them the money you owe them, that's all that matters. So, all right. Happy New Year.